can get some score on the board early and really pump up what's been happening during the week, they'll make a great contest of it.
Okay, Stan, go for Saints in a word, Crackers.
I'll stick with my old captain, Stanley Olds.
Okay, the game underway here at Princes Park. Up goes Ironmonger, but Harding wins, gets a bit of a flick across the face from Ironmonger and should get a free kick by rights, and it is going to Paul Harding. Ironmonger went to flick the ball away at the centre bounce and collected the left ear of Harding, who hand passes on to Owen. St Kilda going forward into the breeze. Up goes Lockett. The ball punched away by Pert. In front of the pack there. A bad bounce there for St Kilda's Pekin. It's picked up there by Taylor. That's Kane Taylor. Handball across to Harding for his second possession. In towards Lockett, and Lockett's marked. 45 metres out, just a little off centre. A good lead by Lockett and a very good left foot pass by Harding off his left side. And Lockett led to it beautifully. Pert wasn't too far behind him, and I just saw a flash of another Fitzroy jumper come in from the side. I didn't see who it was to intercept, but they both failed to get there in time, and Plugger's got a chance 45 metres out from goal, almost in front to the Robert Heatley stand end. So Tony Lockett drop punts for goal and has put it through with a delightful kick in the first minute of this match here at Princes Park. The goal to Tony Lockett. St Kilda 1 goal, and of course Fitzroy yet to score. Stanley.
Well, a great effort from St Kilda's point of view into a very strong breeze, but it's just the start that we didn't want to happen from Fitzroy's point of view. St Kilda much more alert. Paul Harding in the play already, and Rod Owen, who I'm not too sure whether he's playing in the centre on the ball, has picked up a number of kicks and had an influence already in the first minute.
So St Kilda 1 goal, Fitzroy yet to score. Umpire Sheehan bounces, Harding and Ironmonger. The bearded Ironmonger gets it down to Wind, who kicks long up to the forward pocket. Out comes Kickett, running at a bouncing ball, under pressure from Devonport, is dispossessed. Gets some support from Justin Taylor. He's under pressure too. Hand pass inside to Kapler, an awkward half volley. He can't quite collect it cleanly. Fights for the ball at ground level. A pack forms, and umpire Viney comes in and will ball it up just inside Fitzroy's 50. Now, interestingly, in the last half of the reserves, there were plenty of goals kicked at the Robert Heatley stand end into a strong wind. At the bounce, Harding gets a nice knock to Devonport, who gets a clearing kick out to half-back. Front position, Aythorne, shoved out of the way. Legally, though, says the umpire. Chance again for Kapler, who gets the left boot to ball up towards half-forward. Not much there for the Lions. Taken by Harding. Hand pass to Frawley. Hand pass puts Grant under a lot of pressure. He gets a hand pass towards Devonport, who can't collect. In goes Dundas for Fitzroy. Weaves his way out of trouble. Kicks towards the forward pocket. Nothing there for the Lions. And playing against his old club, Grant Laurie runs onto a bouncing ball. Clears out towards the wing. First there, Kapler. Rice in close attendance. They take it over the line for a throw-in between the wing and the Lions' right half-forward flank.
Almost 3 minutes of play in the first term here at Princes Park. And the Saints with a goal through Lockett, lead by a goal to nil. Boundary throw in. The ball knocked away by Ironmonger from Kitski. On the ground there, St Kilda play. Couldn't see who it was picked up by Ruse. Play on the call. The ball punched by Grant. Comes down towards Coughlin, my favourite St Kilda player. And Frankie tries to get the ball away. Soccers off the ground eventually out towards Winmar. Scotty Clayton is there but can't get an effective hand pass. Picked up by Winmar. Gets out of a gale tackle. Picked up by Ruse. Ruse hand passes down the ground to Aythorne. He's on the wing. Now Fitzroy going forward up towards 50. Nobody home. And Grant, well, he should have just about marked that, but he couldn't. Muller gets the handball out to Harding, who's having a field day so far. Fourth possession. Out wide towards Kitski and Lowe. Plenty of marking power. Close to the ground, Pekin picks up the crumbs against his old team. Not a very good kick, and the ball is worked over. And there'll be a boundary throw-in between wing and half-forward, with the Saints just marginally into attack and kicking into a slight breeze here at Princes Park to the Robert Heatley stand end.
Kitschke versus Ironmonger in ruck. Half-forward flank for the Roys. Ironmonger gets a hand on the ball, brings it out of the air, and then lets go of it and soccers it out towards the wing. Rice and Wynn dead heat in the race. Wynn wins the ball, though. Gets a left foot kick towards half-forward. And Wally Matera, whose song was sung by Greg Champion this morning, marks on his chest. Kicks towards Kickett. Front position, strong mark. Devonport late on the scene. Gave him a couple of metres too many. And Kickett has marked at the 50. The man on the mark is standing at about 45, so a 50-metre shot with the wind behind him for Kickett, who does kick it. Long, high and straight. He's put it through, a very good effort. And the Lions tie it up at 1 goal apiece after 4.5 minutes at Princes Park. A goal to Lockett at one end, a goal to Kickett at the other. Fitzroy versus St Kilda. Checking other scores, we won't have play at VFL Park, do we, David Mackay?
No, Tim, but an interesting situation here. Johnny Platten, very heavily bandaged knee. to Phil Pennell.
Yes, we've played 4 minutes at Windy Hill, and the sides are no scores. That's Essendon and Carlton, no score at the 4-minute mark. Clero.
We're 4 minutes into the first quarter. Larkin is not playing for North Melbourne, and Rock is doing the Rovers, has just kicked the first goal of the game. North Melbourne are 1 goal, 1. Footscray 1 behind.
From the centre bounce, knocked down by Harding, picked up there by Blakey, kicks up towards half forward to Fitzroy, picked up by Grant, hand pass away, out towards Jeffries. Jeffries kicked towards centre half forward, and the mark is taken by Coughlin. A chip pass onto the lead from Lockett, and Lockett has marked again, this time a bit closer to goal and directly in front, about 35 to 40 metres out, and certainly leading very strongly. And in both those marks of Lockett, Pert hasn't been too far away, just about slip a matchbox between them as Lockett led, but of course the hunch of the body and the strength of the great man has seen him take both marks. Ironmonger on the mark, and also Pert. Now, Lockett drop punch for goal and has put it through. So Lockett has kicked 2 goals in the first 6 minutes of this match here at Princes Park. And we see St Kilda 2 goals into the breeze and Fitzroy 1. Crackers.
I'd be trying to move Gary Pert. I really believe you had to move him, or get Ironmonger to drop down on him to offer the big block. But the way he's looking is just awesome at the moment. Beautiful leads, both of them, and he's trimmed down a bit, Lockett, and going to be a great game by him.
Who replaces Pert, Crackers? Roos?
Well, I'd give Roos a chance at him, I think, or maybe Stevens.
Oh, gee, you're quick to write him off. At the bounce, Ironmonger and Harding share the honours. Kapler runs onto the falling ball. Can't get a clean disposal, though. It's just Fitzroy's way out of the centre circle. Pack forms, umpire Viney comes in and balls it up. Are you being premature, do you think?
Well, I'm a bit like this. I really believe that he's just too strong for Pert now, and I'd be trying to play Stevens on him.
At the bounce, Harding favoured by it, brings the ball down, taken for St Kilda by Harvey, thanks Pete. Couldn't get a clear disposal. Picked up by Clayton for Fitzroy. Kick towards half forward. Lynch in front of Muller. Takes the mark. A long way up ground though, about 75 metres, up 50 metres. Will bring the Fitzroy centre half forward to within 25. Brave decision by umpire Viney, as Muller was just behind Lynch, who took the mark on his chest. Muller brought him down. Lynch not trying to play on or anything like that. And umpire Viney, in his first match, dished out the 50 and should provide Fitzroy with a certain goal. Lynch pulls up his socks and prepares to line up the sticks. He's got the wind behind him. The man on the mark is 20 metres out, no more than that. As Lynch comes in and kicks it well. Right through the middle, I would think, from here. Yes, he does. And it's one, or has he? He's missed. It's off direction. What a shocking miss. 1-1. Fitzroy, St Kilda, 2 straight goals.
I put it down. Oh, that's just terrible miss.
Football on 3 network stations. Kick in now by Laurie up towards 50. Ironmonger punches the ball in front of the pack. A chance here for Matera. Matera kicks the ball in towards the forward pocket, and Devonport takes a very good mark. Plays on quickly with a hand pass, or they could be in trouble to Jeffries. He in turn shovels a hand pass to Laurie. They've gone nowhere really. Now they do, as Laurie hooks onto the left boot, kicks outside 50. The ball punched by Pekin. The 2 former Fitzroy players combining there, and the ball over for a boundary throw-in. I must call him Matera, because we called the game back to Perth last night with the Eagles, and George Grealish said call him Matera. So it's Matera, the West Coast Eagles, but it's Matera playing for Fitzroy. St Kilda 2 goals, Fitzroy 1 goal 1, boundary throw-in, up they go, knocked down by Muller. Well, that's a good knock too, about 15 metres further up the ground, and a chance there for Fitzroy, but the player was sandwiched. That was Bunn. I'm sorry for the pun, I didn't mean it. It's picked up by Coughlin. Coughlin's kick towards the centre, and Owens marked on the defensive side for the St Kilda team.
Quickly kicks to a lead from Rice, was good play. Rice at full tilt, kicks with the left boot towards Lockett's lead. A bad kick, out comes Pert and gets the ball away from Lockett out to Kapler, who kicks to the centre line for Fitzroy, and the mark taken for the Lions by Lynch, just behind the centre. Now Roos coming off half-back trying to make position, but Lynch goes long. In fact, there's Roos up at half forward. I mistook another player for him. Ball falls to the base of the pack, taken by Dundas for Fitzroy. In trouble, gets out of it brilliantly. Beat off a couple of tacklers. Centering kick towards Kickett, but he's out of position and outmarked by Devonport on the edge of the square. Lovely bit of work by Dundas. Brilliant elusive play, but couldn't deliver the ball to his forward.
Kicks the ball out wide towards the practice pitch area where Grant has marked. David Grant, about 45 metres out from the goal he's defending around the city side. He goes here at Princes Park with the kick. The ball holding up in the breeze. Rice went up. The chance there for Armstrong. Got a hand pass away to Bunn. Bunn's quick kicking towards half forward, and Muller coming out at centre half back has taken the diving mark, falling to the ground on his knees. Muller plays on quickly, out wide. A man by himself, looks like Nixon, on the crest on the wing, working the ball up towards half forward. They've got space, finds Harvey beautifully, sidesteps around Blakey, delivers towards Lockett. This time it's just offline, and the mark has been taken by Armstrong at centre half back for Fitzroy. Oh, a shocking kick. It drops short. It's meant for Gale. The opposite number 7 is there, Winmar. Good shepherding by Peake, and passage for Winmar. Kicking towards half forward, too far for Lowe. It's marked there by Stevens. Gives it out to Armstrong. Armstrong to the outer side wing. Let's see, Kapler is there. On his left foot, kicks the ball low, in towards 50. Out comes Kickett. Tries to knock the ball behind him, he does, and recovers well. Kicks in towards goal, and the mark almost taken by Jason Taylor, and he has a shot for goal, and it's offline and through for a behind. But just looking back on play, Dundas appealing for the free kick, but he was marked by Jeffries in the goal square, so I don't think he was appealing for a hand pass, rather, and it certainly would have been on because he was certainly well marked. But Jason Taylor scoring a goal for Fitzroy. The scoreboard, St Kilda 2 goals, Fitzroy 1-2, and we played just beyond 11 minutes in the first quarter.
Ball put back into play by Laurie towards Muller, but he has about 3 Fitzroy players coming over the top with big fists. They bring it down to Dundas, close to the boundary line, threads a little hand pass to Roos, kick semi-smothered, in towards centre half forward. Armstrong went hard at the ball, couldn't quite hang on to it. Gale had it, was tackled, dispossessed, taken away by Armstrong, beats off a couple of tacklers, kicks towards goal and puts it through. No, it clipped the inside of the post. Well, I had one like that last week where it must have just taken a wafer-thin piece of goalpost, and it's a behind. Fitzroy 1-3, St Kilda 2 straight. David, do you have play at VFL Park?
Yes, Collingwood lead by 6 points at the 3-minute mark. Collingwood 1 goal straight, Hawthorn yet to score. Phil Pennell.
Essendon lead by 14 points at the 12-minute mark. 2-2-14, Carlton haven't scored. Clearlo.
For 11 minutes into the first quarter, and North Melbourne are 1-1-7, Footscray are 1-2-8.
Back here at Princes Park, and the kick in by Laurie. After that behind, it's Aythorne on the half-back line for Fitzroy. Willie's going to get it, but the ball's taken off him and given it to Owen for shepherding. Owen goes square towards half forward. Out comes Lowe and takes a good mark. 40 metres out directly in front, so a 2-pronged attack there by St Kilda. It's Kiski, is it? Thanks, Dan.
Peter, just an interesting move. St Kilda's full forward line is Low in one forward pocket, Lockett at full forward and Kitski in the other pocket. It's a pretty big forward line, especially into the breeze where you'd think you'd need crummers. I failed to see the merit in it.
Well, Kitski from 40 metres out keeps the ball low, and it looks straight from here. We'll wait on it. Yes, he's put it through. So 3 goals to St Kilda into the breeze here at Princes Park. It looks like about a 2 or 3 goal breeze. The flag's certainly very rigid above the scoreboard at the university end. St Kilda 3 goals and Fitzroy 1-3. Pete Keenan.
Oh, look, it's I'm a bit worried. Stan's a bit worried about the height, but they've got the marking power up there and they're looking for the big boys. A nice mark by young Kinski then. He's had a big reputation in Sturt of being a big grab and a forward pocket player. Didn't let anybody down then. He's on the end of a nice strong kick and finish off a great goal.
Bad bounce by debut umpire Viney, knocked by Clayton for Fitzroy, puts them into attack, falls to Dundas, hurried kick towards full forward. They haven't got much marking power up there, not that that was really markable. The ball comes off a player, shins out towards the pocket. Ooh, Devonport giving the running Gale a bit of a nudge and almost putting him into the fence, but fortunately he was able to get the brakes on and not go all the way. The ball over the line to be thrown in just inside Fitzroy's 50, between their left half forward flank and the forward pocket. Taylor in ruck for Fitzroy against Harding for St Kilda. Harding wins comprehensively, but Kickett took the ball, was tackled, dispossessed. It finishes under a sea of players, and the umpire will ball it up.
Who's playing the centre for St Kilda? Kane Taylor is tagging Armstrong. Stan, are they both playing in the centre or not?
Look, I can't pick it up.
No, I can't either.
I've had a feeling it might have been Coughlin. I'm not sure.
Dundas is on Coughlin.
All right, from that ball up, it was Grant who got the handball out to Frawley. The ball is out of play.
Winmar's lined up on the wing with Gale. That's an unusual one.
Yep. Okay, 50 metres out from Fitzroy's goal. Left half-forward flank from the throw-in. The ball knocked down by Taylor of Fitzroy. And Clayton tries to get his boot to the ball. Only travels a couple of metres. Wynn gets the handball, helps it on towards Armstrong. Grant there overruns the ball, but gets into the back of Armstrong just marginally. The umpire was certainly side onto it. It didn't seem to be a big push. It was just a bit of a nudge. And umpire Brian Sheehan, to his credit, was only about 15 metres away and right to the side of the action. a perfect place from which to adjudicate. So Fitzroy 1-3, St Kilda 3 goals, 18 points to 9. As Armstrong just a few metres out, 20 metres out from goal, directly in front. Drop punts, and that is a goal. Fitzroy advanced to 2-3, 2-3-15 to St Kilda, 3 straight goals. David Mackay at VFL Park.
The goal there to Doug Barwick sees Collingwood lead by 12 points at the 6-minute mark. Collingwood 2 goals straight. Hawthorn yet to score. Phil Pennell.
Essendon lead by 20 points at the 15-minute mark. 3-2-20 to Carlton. Nothing. Clear out.
15 minutes in the first quarter. Footscray 2-2-14 to North Melbourne 1-2-8.
Fitzroy 2-3-15, trailing St Kilda 3 straight goals at the 15.5-minute mark at Princes Park. And Fitzroy apparently kicking with quite a stiff breeze, so they're not having the best of things in this first term. Ironmonger beats Harding, good knock, but nobody running onto it for the Roys. Rice on the defensive side of the pack. Clever hand pass to Winmar. He gets another one to Harvey, and another one was meant for Kane Taylor, but was intercepted by Blakey, who gets it off to Armstrong. Possession number 6. Good delivery to Ruse, who marks out on the flank just outside the 50. Short to Clayton, running into the pocket, but the ball eludes him. Ruse can do no right, and the ball trickles over the boundary line for a throw-in Fitzroy's left forward pocket. But there was some purpose in their play then. One of their better passages so far. 16 minutes in, St Kilda 18, leading Fitzroy 15.
There's Clayton ruining the fact that he couldn't mark that, but it was just too strong for him. Boundary throw-in, 25 metres out from goal. The Roys into attack. Up goes Frankie Cogman from behind, 3rd or 4th in line, and punches the ball straight back from where it came for another boundary throw-in. Football on 3 Alloa network stations and also through 6WF in Perth. St Kilda 3 goals, Fitzroy 2-3. Boundary throw in. This time it's Harding. Was he grabbing on to Jason Taylor? It might have been the other way about. It's going to be a free kick to St Kilda. And Harding, who's had 6 or 7 possessions in this term, half-back flank. And coming around our broadcast side, that's on the John Elliott stand or northern side of Princes Park. Kitski up, couldn't mark. Ball falls to Ruse. Quickly onto his boot, just in hope really, as he kicks up towards 50. Harding there, and Wynn comes in, grabbed by Jeffries. And the ball was out anyway, and Fitzroy working it to within about 40 metres from goal, left half forward flank. St Kilda lead by 18 points to 15. Now let's see who'll take ruck this time. There's a bit of a raffle down there. Now Harding works his body to the front of Jason Taylor, knocks the ball down to Armstrong, who tried to get his right boot to it, which was the wrong one. Frawley on the ground trying to work the hard ball out to somebody. Kicker gets the hand pass out to Matera. Matera fires in towards goal, but it's way offline. It misses everything, and it's out on the full for a free kick to St Kilda to be taken by Ian Muller, just near the main scoreboard here at Princes Park. St Kilda 3 goals, Fitzroy 2-3.
Muller kicks to half-back. Ball falls to Ironmonger at the back of the pack, who does the roving. A little short kick meant for Matera, who luckily saw the charging Owen coming and just turned out of what would have been a brutal shirt front. The ball taken out to the boundary line by the St Kilda defence, eventually over, and to be thrown in between wing and half-forward flank for the Lions. My golly, Wally Matera's lucky he's still there.
He would have been just landing now.
That song says he don't feel no fearer. I bet he felt some then. Ball taken out of the air by Ironmonger, who's been very good so far. Hand pass to Clayton. Quick kick to half forward, and a Fitzroy free kick to Dundas, who I think finessed for it a little, but he's doing well, the young fellow. Kicks up towards Ruse, who's found space. Oh, good spoil. Late spoil was excellent from Russell Jeffrey. Ruse looked as though he had his name written all over that ball. But Jeffrey coming face on, didn't interfere with the player trying to mark, just made a clean spoil.
Boundary throw in right forward pocket. The Roy's deep into attack. Coughlin goes up and knocks the ball to himself, spins out of a kick at tackle, then he kicks the ball from the back pocket out towards the wing. Kitski gets a push in the back from Ironmonger, and Kitski will take the free kick for St Kilda, almost on the point of the square on the half-back line. Taking a long time to pick himself up. He eventually does. Paul Roos retrieves the ball. Kitski can't kick it, so he gives the handball to Laurie. Laurie, handball over the top. Oh, shocker to Winmar. He was under all sorts of pressure from Armstrong. Armstrong throws the ball out in front of him to try and at least run after it and get away from the St Kilda players bearing down. Chopping his way through is Muller of St Kilda. Left foot kick up towards half forward, and low led underneath the ball by Stevens very expertly. Stevens marks and plays on quickly. Out wide he goes. They've got the numbers out there, and Matera's taken the mark. Got the handball out towards Kapler. Wheels onto his left boot from the wing. A long kick with the breeze up towards the goal square. Devonport one grab, the second but not the third. Should rush it through and does. Danger from Kickett. And Devonport claiming the mark from the umpire. He certainly had a couple of grabs at it, but I don't think he ever controlled it. Sensed danger. Kickett was close-handy and worked the ball over for a rush behind. St Kilda 3 goals and Fitzroy 2-4-16.
Well, the Roy's with plenty of the ball, plenty of the play, but just unable so far to make the most of it. 6 shots to 3 and yet they trail. Laurie puts it back into play towards Harding, can't mark. Ball's Fitzroy's way. Long kick by Taylor to full forward. Ball's into the pocket and fisted through by Devonport, who's having a tremendous contest up there with his opponent. He lined up on Kickett, and both have been in the play, as has Dundas in the forward pocket for Fitzroy. 2-5 plays 3 goals. Short pass back into play from Laurie, finds Rice.
Rice at centre half back, doesn't waste any time. He sees Grant further up the ground. Grant marks the ball, then sloppy old kick. It might come off. Owen the hand pass onto the running Taylor. Taylor gets the handball onto Harvey. Harvey 35 metres out on the run, has missed and has put it to the left and through for a St Kilda behind, but the lead up was very good by the Saints. They really controlled the ball well, but a minor score only. St Kilda 3-1-19, Fitzroy 2-5-17. David Mackay at VFL Park.
Collingwood by 10 points at the 12-minute mark. Collingwood 2-1-13, lead Hawthorn 3 points straight. Phil Pennell.
Essendon have just scored their 4th goal. They are now 4-3-27. That's 27 points in front of Carlton, who are nothing. Cleo.
20 minutes into the first quarter, and that's Footscray by 9 points. North Melbourne are 1-2 to Footscray 2-5.
And big shouts from the St Kilda supporters for a holding the ball free kick to their team, as Michael Gale received a hand pass he didn't really want, ran into a wall of St Kilda players, went to ground, but the umpire Sheehan decides to bounce it. Ironmonger gets a good clean knock, but it's picked up by Laurie, who hand passes to Harding under pressure. Back to Laurie, who's well smothered, and the Lions are having a go. Pack forms, Fitzroy free kick. High tackle, says umpire Sheehan. So just forward of the centre, the kick to be taken by Armstrong. A big possession winner for the Lions. 8 possessions so far to the former Tasmanian. Now, he's 80 metres from goal, too far to score.
Oh.
Mighty torpedo almost makes the distance. Up goes Lynch and takes a beauty. A magnificent mark. Reminiscent of about 3 or 4, maybe more. He took on the MCG one Sunday last year against North Melbourne. And that was a screamer as he came in from the side. 3rd mark to Alistair Lynch, and a pair of former Tassies combining there for Fitzroy. Now Lynch, who missed atrociously earlier in the quarter, certainly shouldn't miss this from the edge of the square. He comes in, kicks. I'll wait before I announce. It's a goal. The Lions are in front for the first time. They're 3-5-23. St Kilda 3-1-19 after 23 minutes.
Yes, and to Fitzroy's credit, they've certainly had plenty of use of the ball, especially with Armstrong, who's I think is being tagged by Kane Taylor, and he's just been too good for Taylor. But they haven't been able to convert. One thing I believe that St Kilda's just a little bit too lair-rising. They're trying to give that extra handball, especially to blokes with their back to the play, and as a result, the further this quarter is going, the stronger and the more confident Fitzroy are looking. They are the side who are attacking the ball. They're the side with much more purpose at this point of time.
The Roy's by 4 points at Princes Park. Centre bounce, up they go. Ironmonger wins, but getting onto the ball is Owen. Owen's wobbly kick, but plenty of distance up towards half forward. Kitski out of position. Punched away by Brockhurst. A loose ball comes down towards Kitski. Fires in towards the lead from Lockett. He dives, but almost got there. Got his fingernails to it. Laurie comes out and paddles the ball out beyond 50. But the weight of numbers is low. Scoops the ball to Nixon. Nixon kicks the ball back in towards the forward pocket. But waiting at home for Fitzroy is Blakey. Now Blakey, the hand pass on to Clayton. Clayton kicks the ball right across that full back line to Gale. Gale's foot pass to Brockhurst, who claimed it. He might give away a free kick if he holds onto the ball much longer. In fact, the players looking for a free kick for holding the ball, as Brockhurst, I think, knowingly edged the ball towards the boundary line for a throw-in. Ironmonger in ruck, and Kitski, boundary throw-in, left half forward flank, the Saints into attack. Even money bet that one for the tap, picked up by Harvey. Harvey kicks, but it's been touched off the boot, so play on is to call. Bunn gets a hip and shoulder from Kitski. Loose ball goes to Armstrong. Possession number 9. Floats the ball back in towards the centre, where Jeffrey is there for St Kilda and is marked in that position.
Good contest this. Jeffrey from the centre kicks methodically towards Lowe. A good lead, a good delivery. And this time Lowe getting away from Stevens, who's done well on him so far. He kicks through centre half forward. Lockett has 2 against him. Pert had front position and did well to bring the ball down. Taken away by Gale. Clears to the wing. Up goes Ruse and still can't pull in a mark. Ball falls to ground. St Kilda with 3 against 2 there. And they come out with a free kick to Laurie. And he'll take it just behind the centre line and put the Saints into attack. He goes towards Lowe once more. He's got the drop on Stevens. Stevens is able to hassle him enough to prevent him from marking. But he interferes with him, and Lowe takes a free kick on the half-forward flank about 70 metres out.
Into time on by 15, 16 seconds in the first term here at Princes Park. It's Fitzroy 3-5, St Kilda 3-1. Lowe now. A centering kick. Now Ironmonger tries to work in front of Lockett, but he's out positioned. Kitski dropped one he should have taken. Loose ball picked up by Clayton, kicks outside 50 onto the chest of Dundas. Now Fitzroy will go right down the middle, I would think, in the closing moments of this first quarter. Kick by Dundas just wide of centre. Punched away, comes down towards Coughlin. Does well. Good shepherding by Grant to give him a safe passage, but he ran too far with the ball. He was tackled by Fitzroy player, and it comes out towards Wind. Wind gets the handball on towards Blakey. Fitzroy going forward. Blakey well inside 50. Up goes Kickett. One grab, but not the second, but does come to the ball. Runs straight into the chest of Harding. Kicker still battling hard. The loose ball comes out of the pack. Devonport is grabbed. The advantage is paid to St Kilda. Picked up by Coughlin. Gives the handball away. Pekin now in the centre. St Kilda go forward. Up towards centre half forward. Fitzroy defends 2-1. Punch the ball down. Aythorne gives the handball away. It comes down towards a Pert. Now Pert almost at fullback, kicks the ball outside the 50-metre line where it's marked by Gale, who hand passes across to Brockhurst, who's far too slow. Run down from behind by Winmar. Luckily the ball is picked up by Fitzroy. Aythorne, a hand pass to Gale. In turn onto Armstrong. Armstrong goes into full forward to kick it, but waiting back is Devonport, who is outnumbered 2-1. And marks the ball very well in the last line for St Kilda.
Had a good first quarter. He delivers out to Grant's lead on the half-back flank. He takes the mark on the defensive 50. Sees Coughlin in space in the middle of Princes Park. He marks, runs on, touches down once, weaves around one, then has a bounce, goes for Lockett and hits him on the stomach. The ball disappeared momentarily and then reappeared, and Lockett had it under control.
On the belly button and in the belly button, Tim.
He'll kick from 50 metres out directly in front, and could put St Kilda back in front. They trail by 4 points. 2 goals so far to Lockett. The Saints kicking into the wind in the first term. 7 possessions to Coughlin, and he was involved in that lovely passage. Kick from Lockett, falling away to the left, and it's a behind. Fitzroy supporters behind the sticks getting very excited, and that's enough to give us the result. So St Kilda 3-2-20, the Roy's 3-5-23. David Mackay at VFL Park.
Collingwood by 4 points at the 19-minute mark. Collingwood 3-1-19, lead Hawthorn 2-3-15. Phil Pennell.
Essendon by 22 points at the 26-minute mark, 4-4-28 to Carlton, 1 straight goal, 6. Clearo.
27 minutes gone, and Fitzroy have 5 goals, 5-35 to North Melbourne, 1-3-9.
A Pert, a short kick in, finds Wind at centre half-back, redirects play across the half-back line to Gale, comes around the northern side or broadcast wing, no one can mark. Lowe knocks the ball away from Stevens. Bruce comes to it, gets a kick, smothered beautifully by Laurie, who traps the ball. Good bounce, runs on, kicks the ball up towards 50. Almost a mark there to Kitski. Coming across the half-back line is Wind. Sockets the ball trickling towards the boundary. He goes over, keeps the ball in, gets the handball to Pert, on towards Ruse. Ruse a snappy hand pass on towards the half-back line, where it's taken there by Bunn. Bunn's kick from half-back to the centre, and Lynch is a long way out as Mark plays on quickly on the attacking side of the centre, but kicks the ball straight into Pekin. The ball rebounds towards Ironmonger and Pekin. The ball scooped out by Ironmonger, taken by Muller. Muller kicks towards half forward. Aythorne is there. Good desperation stuff from a St Kilda player. The ball was really out of his league, but he pounced on the ball and kept it on the 15-metre line, and the field umpire, Michael Viney, will call for a bounce. The closing moments of this first quarter, we're just beyond 29 minutes. Fitzroy 3-5, St Kilda 3-2. The ball on 50, the Saints into attack. Umpire Viney bounces the ball. Lowe and Ironmonger. Ironmonger easily down to Aythorne, but he couldn't control it. Pekin is there. Aythorne comes back to it. Hand passes into a couple of players. Getting his way through the pack there was Blakey, clearing the ball away from the danger zone out towards the wing. Kepler is there. The ball comes to Dundas. Dundas is on the wing on the southern side. Kicks up towards the half-forward line. Not a kick with method. And the ball away from players by about 10 metres as it trickles over for a boundary throw-in. Fitzroy by 3 points, almost quarter time.
29.5 minutes, and the Lions would love a goal before the end of the quarter. They haven't made the most of the wind advantage. At the throw-in, front position, St Kilda's way to Harding. Gets it down towards Coghlan, loses the run of it, gets it back, loses it again. Armstrong gets in his path. The hand pass to Wind. Windmar coming the other way. He took the run of it, lost it. Wind again, hand pass Kepler. Shot towards goal with the left boot. Kick it out of position, and the ball over the boundary line in the pocket for a throw-in. About 10 metres around from the behind post. Again, Fitzroy building the attack, but not quite able to finish.
5 minutes of added time, so the last chance for Fitzroy to go in with a 9-point lead. They lead by 3. Coghlan comes in and two-fists the ball, but the chance there for Dundas. Handballs on towards Clayton, who has to have a double grab to try and get it. I think it might just about hit him on the nose, the hand pass. Comes to Dundas again, gets out of a Winmar tackle, does well. Hand pass on towards Taylor. Jason Taylor sidesteps, kicks up towards the goal area, but the time will beat them. Has come off the players anyway. And through for a behind to Fitzroy. It should be paid and will be that behind. So Fitzroy turn at quarter time, leading by 4 points. The scoreboard at Princes Park. Fitzroy 3-6-24 to St Kilda 3-2-20. Let's go to VFL Park and David Mackay.
22-minute mark. Hawthorn lead by 1 point. Hawthorn 3-3-21 lead. Collingwood 3-2-20. Phil Pennell.
It's quarter time at Windy Hill, and the Bombers hold a 22-point advantage. They are 4-4-28 to Carlton, 1 straight goal, 6 for the Bombers. Darren,
I reckon that the next 10 minutes will work this game out. I just reckon that St Kilda got a little bit of sort of fallout from last week's game, just the way they're playing.
Free kicks in the first term. St Kilda 7, Fitzroy 3. Armstrong 11 possessions, Dundas 9, Wind 8 and Roos 7. So Roos has got a few up early. And for the Saints, Coghlan, Laurie 7 each, Harding 6. Centre bounce to start the second quarter.
Saints with the Wind. Ironmonger gets the knock though down to Wind, who's tackled and dispossessed. Picked up by Windmar. Kicked to half forward. Almost marked by Kitschke. Interfered with by Brockhurst. Over the shoulder from behind as he tried to spoil. And Kitschke takes the free kick out at the 50. He'll kick from a little bit more than 50, but with the Wind at his back, he might be a chance. Good long kick, Stan?
Yes, he's an excellent kick if he gets on it. He's also very good skills for a big man.
Comes in and kicks it high and long. Won't quite make it. Ironmonger under it. Drop back onto the last line and has been paid the mark. The St Kilda fans don't like it. Fitzroy wanting to play on, but you can't from a mark that's been paid. And so the ball comes back, and Ironmonger will take it in the last line of defence for the Roys. Played a very strong and stout first quarter. Kicks now a low, wobbly drop punt, a bad one. Fortunately, it hits Wind on the chest, but unfortunately, he drops it, taken by Harvey. Looks at the stick, snaps with the left boot, a shocker. A lazy-looking kick, and he puts it out of bounds. It bounced inside the line, so it will be thrown in the right forward pocket for the Saints.
Danger here for Fitzroy underneath the big scoreboard. Just a few metres around from their goal area. And it's Ironmonger and low. The ball punched by Nixon, punched away by Pert. Out towards half-back. Wind gets there first. Plenty of assistance until Windmar comes in, picks up the ball, kicks it towards the pocket. Almost a mark there to Low, but couldn't mark. Aythorne, the hand pass, danger across goal. But luckily Pert's on the end of it and kicks the ball out wide towards Brockhurst. Brockhurst marks on the 50-metre line he's defending. Goes for run. Has the bounce. Kicks the ball up towards half-forward. Lynch is there, paddling the ball away from Frawley. And also Kaplan. Who's chipping in there is Rice. Rice paddles the ball, and it's gone over for a boundary throw-in front of the Carlton Social Club stand on the 50-metre line. Fitzroy 3-6-24, St Kilda 3-2-20. We'll get a quarter-time score for you from VFL Park shortly. In fact, David Mackay will come across when the siren sounds there. The boundary throw-in. Up goes Lynch from behind. I think got the best of that. On the end of it, though, is Grant of St Kilda. A ton of time to search for someone. Comes out towards Pekin on our broadcast wing. But Scotty Clayton behind and much taller and stronger, punches the ball away, and it's gone over for a boundary throw-in. Let's get a score from VFL Park anyway from David.
7-point lead to Hawthorn at the 30-minute mark. Hawthorn 4-4-28 lead. Collingwood 3-3-21.
Ironmonger beats Harding, takes it out of the air, but just manages to get it off to Blakey, who kicks up to the half-forward flank. First there, Grant paddles it to and over the boundary line for a throw in about 70 metres from Fitzroy's goal. In the second term, the Lions going to the Robert Heatley stand end. St Kilda kicking with the wind, but trailing by 4 points. In ruck, Ironmonger versus Harding, having a great tussle, and Ironmonger wins again, but straight to St Kilda's Owen in the back half. Kicks long to the centre line. Brockhurst misses a mark for Fitzroy. Running onto it, Kitschke falls and gives a hand pass to Lowe. Another one to Harvey of St Kilda, just forward of the centre. Prods a little pass towards a teammate on the half-forward line, Nixon. Couldn't control the ball and eventually is surrounded. Taken by Stevens of Fitzroy. His hand pass intercepted. Winmar goes in and contests for St Kilda. Fitzroy player falls over the ball. Bunn pushed in the back, says the umpire, and he takes a free kick for the Lions.
Take the free hand pass out towards Stevens. It's quarter time at VFL Park. Yes, David.
Quarter time, Hawthorn lead by 7 points. Quarter time score, Hawthorn 4-4-28, Collingwood 3-3-21. Goal scorers for Hawthorn 3 to Dunstall and 1 to Paul Deere, and for Collingwood 2 to Barwick and 1 to Dacos.
The ball out of bounds here at Princess Park. 4 minutes in the second term. The boundary throw in on the southern side wing. And up they go, and Ironmonger controls it, but stolen by Pekin. Pumps the hand pass to Laurie. The Saints go forward. Laurie ran almost too far. Kicks the ball up towards Lockett. Lockett doubling back's got it. Good strong mark by the big fellow. He's only about 35 metres out from goal, almost directly in front, and the breeze behind him, maybe just a little from right to left. Just will need to aim to a little bit to the right side of dead centre from this close range. Lockett puts the ball on the ground, pulls up his right sock, which didn't need to be pulled up. Just force of habit. He's taken 4 marks and he's kicked 2 goals, 1, the big fellow. The Roy's by 4 points, but to get in front, St Kilda, with this kick from Lockett, I don't like it all that much. He might have allowed too much for that slight cross breeze, and he's put it through for a behind. In fact, the breeze didn't seem to respond that ball at all. Fitzroy 3-6 and St Kilda 3-3. We've got the quarter-time score from VFL Park. Let's go to Phil Pennell at Windy Hill.
Yes, at the moment the Bombers hold a 3-point advantage, and that's at the 7-minute mark. 4-4-28 to Carlton 4-1-25.
We're 4 minutes into the second quarter, and Footscray are still 7-5-47, but North Melbourne now at 2-4-16.
Ball put back into play to Brockhurst, who takes a mark on half-back for Fitzroy. Chip kick inside finds Stevens. Between half-back and centre. Kicks long to half-forward. Roos up in front, ran right under the ball, though. Roving the pack, Dundas, who's been very good for them so far. He's retarded. Can't get a clear run at the ball. And now a pack forming, and there might be a ball up. No, it's allowed to go. Armstrong comes away for Fitzroy. Goes to Kickett's lead. Devon Porter late spoil, though. Interferes. Kickett takes the free kick. 35 metres out directly in front for the Lions. And a chance for Fitzroy to kick the first goal of the second term. In the first term, the first came into the wind. Lockett kicked it very early on. Now Kickett, who has won from 35. Drop punt. Nice even kick. Puts it through. Fitzroy stretching its lead. 4-6-30. St Kilda 3-3-21.
Yes, and a terrific effort by Fitzroy to kick that goal into the breeze. They certainly are looking the sharper side. I am impressed with them, and I believe that they are taking advantage of some very poor coaching by the St Kilda team, because Brockhurst has been a key running out of that back line, especially in the kick-off drills. Kitschke's trying to pick him up. He's too slow, and the smaller Fitzroy players are really suited to running this ball into the breeze, and I think they know that too, and they're growing in confidence the further this game goes.
Okay, just under 7 minutes in the second term at Princess Park. Plenty of cloud above, but fine conditions, about 18 or 19 degrees outside our broadcast box. Fitzroy 4-6 and Kilda 3-3. And from the boundary throw, and the secondary punch goes to Owen. It finds Harvey. So St Kilda go forward now to the main scoreboard end. Brockhurst to punch away, but underneath the ball, Nixon roves it beautifully. Kicks long in towards goal. The ball bouncing. It won't be a goal, and it's through for behind St Kilda. Kicked by Ricky Nixon. The Saints advance to 3-4 and Fitzroy 4-6. Crackers, a word from you. Slight delay here.
I'm getting a bit worried about this whole situation from St Kilda's point of view, because they're second to the ball, and Fitzroy is starting to rattle the cage a bit.
Pert kicks as long as he can, gets over the 50. Ironmonger trying to fist it on for Fitzroy to no great effect. Wind runs onto it, overruns it in fact. Picked up by Harding. A hand pass to Rice. Another one towards Nixon, who's under pressure from Stevens. Push in the back though by the Fitzroy defender, and Nixon takes a free kick for St Kilda. Just outside the 50, but he can set something up here. Lowe gives him half a lead. but he's going to go long in the Lockett direction. He'll have plenty against him. It's a high kick. Lockett up. Oh, takes it with consummate ease and skill. 20 metres out directly in front. Now the Fitzroy defence had all the time then to set itself up and to really put Lockett under maximum pressure, and yet they didn't look like stopping him from marking. And this should certainly be his third goal. Fifth scoring shot. He has 2-2. He kicks very decisively and bumps it through for his third. St Kilda 4-4-28, Fitzroy 4-6-30.
And compliment there to Ricky Nixon, because what he did, he didn't really kick towards the goals. He kicked the ball about 10-15 metres out from the goal square, which meant that Lockett had a run at the ball, and that was very well educated. The Fitzroy players were a little bit of a quandary here because he got the ball in quite quick. They didn't really get a chance back, and Lockett had a clear run at the ball, and with a man of his size, and he has got a pretty good leap, very difficult to stop, and his big hams wrapped around it, and that may be the little spark that St Kilda needed, because they certainly need something at the moment.
Close to 9 minutes in the second term. Fitzroy 4-6 and Kilda 4-4. Centre bounce. I think probably Harding got the best of that one. The ball is fluky. He'll get the first possession out of the centre. Owen and Harvey. Harvey the hand pass to Rice. Fumbles the hand pass. It's taken by Aythorne. Aythorne's kick marked by Muller, but it wasn't far enough. But play on the call. Muller's kick goes into the body of Armstrong. Coming up is the St Kilda player. It was Matera kicking the ball up towards 50. It was picked up by Lynch. Lynch now in towards full forward, and Muller just coming across the pack has taken a good mark at almost fullback. Feeds the hand pass out to Taylor, a bad one. The loose ball, putting his teammates under pressure. Winmar picks it up superbly with the right hand and punches the ball parallel with the boundary line for about 10 to 15 metres and works it away up towards, well, I was going to say 50, but it's not quite as far as 50, about 40 metres out from goal in front of the Carlton Social Club. So Fitzroy into attack, and Harding in ruck, and Taylor. Fitzroy's Taylor got into the back of Harding, and Harding will take the free kick on the half-back line for St Kilda.
Now has a look and sees there's no one on the mark, so the big fellow runs with the ball, has two bounces, gets out to half-back, and then kicks long to the centre line. Kitchke in front. Brockhurst makes the spoil. Rove by Aythorne, who gets a hand pass off to a teammate, Matera. Then it rebounds to Aythorne, who kicks to Kapler, who marks and easily beats off a couple of St Kilda tacklers. Kicks long to full forward, kick it up in front. No Rovers at the front, but a Fitzroy free kick. Umpire Sheehan saying that Ruse was being held by the jumper. He comes in and tugs at his white shirt as he talks to Russell Jeffrey. Explains the reason for the whistle and the decision, and Ruse from point-blank range drives it through for Fitzroy. So the Roys again leading by 8 points, 5-6-36 to 4-4-28 at the 11-minute mark of the second term. Around the grounds, David Mackay.
Been playing 2 minutes and still Hawthorn by 7 points. Hawthorn 4-4-28, leading Collingwood 3-3-21. Interesting move at quarter time. Taylor was removed from the ground after not scoring a goal in the first quarter, being replaced by Manson. Phil Pennell.
Carlton by 8 points at the 13-minute mark, 6-1-37 to Essendon, 4-5-29. Clearly.
We're 10 minutes into the second quarter, and Footscray are 8 goals, 5-53, and Grant's got a chance to kick another one. North Melbourne are 3-4-22.
Back in the centre, ball knocked down by Harding. Harvey underneath it again. Kicks the ball, but not very far. Intercepted by Gale of Fitzroy. Gale now kicks the ball towards half forward. The ball punched away, and by Lynch over the shoulder to one of the players. It's going to be a St Kilda free kick to Frawley at centre half back. And certainly the wind seems to be a factor up at Windy Hill, with the Bombers having a good first quarter and Carlton coming back strongly with a good lead in the second. And the ball on the half-forward line for the Saints. Harvey this way, that away. Sells the dummy on Bunn. Then goes long in towards Lockett. Lockett can't mark, but he might run into an open goal. He's in the forward pocket, kicks the ball and puts it through. Good strong goal by Tony Lockett. Brockhurst was on coming, but for some reason he managed to get his boot to the ball and just swing it to the left, and has popped it through for St Kilda's 5th goal, and Lockett gets his 4th. He's tally 4 goals too. St Kilda 5-4, but they trail Fitzroy 5-6.
And St Kilda have made a couple of moves. They took Kane Taylor off because he's being ripped to pieces by Armstrong, and Nathan Burke's been given that job. But now they've made another move, and Muller's come off, and Kane Taylor's back on because Muller ended up having to pick up young Dundas, and they need a smaller running player on him.
Lockett 4 out of 5 and absolutely dominating. Ironmonger beats Harding, but rove by Coghlan, who gets a kick to half forward. Kitschke in front of Brockhurst, who made a good spoil. Support there from Bunn for Fitzroy, who manages to pick himself up off his haunches and then kick towards the centre line. Ironmonger front position, couldn't mark. Good spoil from Grant. Picked up by Owen. A hand pass off to the running Jeffrey. 70 metres out. Kicks to Lockett and Pert one out. Shocking bounce for Pert, who had front position. Rice picks it up, snaps at goal and misses. It's a behind. He was running at full tilt towards the space between the goal post and the behind post. Couldn't deviate. Snapped and hoped, and it went through for a behind. Fitzroy leading by a point.
Clearly, did Grant get that goal at the MCG?
He sure did. He's got 4 now, and Footscray a 9-5, 59 to 3-5, 23.
Back here at Princes Park, we've played just beyond 13 minutes in the second term. The kick in by Pert from full-back. Up they go. No one can mark. It was Kitschke coming over the top of the pack. Harding's there too, knocks the ball out towards Kitschke, who knocks it across the half-forward line. Clayton will get there first, but strongly tackled by the bricklayer, Rod Owen. And the ball is worked over for a boundary throw-in. Left half-forward flank. St Kilda with the breeze in the second quarter to the main scoreboard end. It's about 60 metres out from goal. Ironmonger in front there. He's expecting a short throw-in. Well, Kitschke taps it behind. And what happened? There's going to be a free kick to Ironmonger. Kitschke came from behind and got into the back of Ironmonger, who seemed to be well short of the ball when it came in. Kicked by Ironmonger from his left boot around the crest on the John Elliott stand side. Picked up by Wind. Hurried kicking towards half forward. Bruce comes out. Grant is there. Ruse the front position. No, it's not Grant. It looks like Laurie it is. And Laurie works the ball over near the dugout for a boundary throw in. So it's Fitzroy 5-6, St Kilda 5-5. Now the boundary throw in, Harding in ruck, and also Bunn. Harding wins, decisive yet, to the point where Grant got it. Slung, good tackle, picked up by Bunn. Not Bunn, it was Trewella on. Kicks the ball in towards full forward. No one can mark. Kickett's got the ball. Over his shoulder, over his head, fires for goal. It would have been a miraculous one, offline and through for Fitzroy behind. And as always, the boys up there on the scoreboard like Greased Lightning. Fitzroy 5-7, St Kilda 5-5.
Very good contest. 15 minutes into the term, so the wind not proving much of a factor in this match. Laurie surveys the scene and decides to go for length right down the middle of the ground. Kicks almost to the centre. Ironmonger, and from behind Kitschke. Ironmonger ran under it. Kitschke judged it beautifully and takes the mark. He kicks through the centre now towards half forward. Owen up in front. Spoiled by Blakey. All St Kilda at the front of the pack. Taken by Pekin. Snaps it back over centre half forward. Pert comes out in front of Lockett. Kicks it off the ground out towards the half-back flank. Coghlan runs onto the ball for St Kilda. Socket away off the ground though by Clayton and over the line for a throw-in. On the half-forward flank for the Saints, but about 80 metres from their goal. They trail by 2 points, 5-5-35 to Fitzroy 5-7-37.
Almost 16 minutes in the second term. Boundary throw in. Nathan Burke tries to flick the ball away. Picked up by Owen, who's done pretty well. Owen's kick down towards half forward. Beautiful use of the body by Windmail. Left foot kick from the left forward pocket, and he's put it through. He just manoeuvred his opposition player out with a perfectly legal hip and shoulder with the oncoming ball. Trapped it, picked it up, and from about 20 metres out on a fairly acute angle off his left boot has put it through, and St Kilda in front by 4 points. St Kilda 6-5-41, Fitzroy 5-7-31. David Mackay at VFL Park.
Hawthorn by 9 points at the 8-minute mark. Hawthorn 4-7-31. Lead Collingwood 3-4-22. Phil Pennell.
Carlton by 8 points at the 18-minute mark. 6-2-38 to the Bombers 4-6-30. Clevo.
16 minutes gone. That's Footscray 9-6-60 to North Melbourne 3-6-24.
At the bounce, the Lions win possession through Aythorne. Kicks to half forward towards Ruse, but he just has not been able to manoeuvre himself into the action. And the mark taken in front of him by Grant, who chips a little pass out to a dangerous one too, because Kickett gets in the path of it. He's got no support, 3 against him. Now a hand pass to Dundas, an awkward hand pass to Lynch, which he traps on the half volley. Tremendous acceleration by Lynch. Bad kick, though, into the pocket. Lockett with 2 against him, and the ball swept away, rather Ruse with 2 against him. The ball swept away from the Fitzroy captain over the boundary line for a throw-in, left forward pocket for the Roys.
Right beneath the Robert Heatley stand in the Carlton race there, the boundary throw-in. Harding knocks it down. Who's on the end of it? Oh, it's chance for Armstrong. Luckily for St Kilda, he kicked into the body of Grant Laurie, and the ball has gone through for a behind. kick by Matthew Armstrong. His tally today, 1 goal, 2. And the scoreboard at Princes Park sees Fitzroy 5-8, St Kilda 6-5. So the Saints lead by 3 points. Armstrong, the ball kicked by Rice up towards the wing. By Burke onto Rice. Rice now towards 50. And almost a mark. In fact, it's being played to the big frame of Lowe in front of Stevens. He's been invited to play on. No, he wasn't invited to play on. I thought he might have been. Stevens ran right up on the mark, attack Lowe, and will give away 50 metres. And this will put Stuart Lowe within 15, 16 metres of goal. The mark was paid, and Stevens, who went to take the mark, just charged up, grabbed onto Lowe. The whistle went, and Stevens looked back, and umpire Brian Sheehan had awarded a 50-metre penalty. Stuart Lowe to make it 9 points for the Saints. Drop punch from point-blank range. He doesn't miss, puts it through. Stuart Lowe gets his first, and the scoreboard now at the 18.5-minute mark sees St Kilda 7-5-47, Fitzroy 5-8-38. Stanley, then Crackers.
Yes, well, probably a little bit tough on the man on the mark there when he thought Lowe had played on. However, the free has been paid. I think the interesting thing in the last couple of minutes is that the St Kilda half-back line has started a little bit more run. Up until this point of time, they've been very static. Kicks around there have just been taken, going back long bombs into the forward line, and they're looking, it looks to be a little bit more purpose, a little bit of sense of urgency in the St Kilda game at the moment.
9-point break to the Saints. At the ball up, there's a centre square infringement, a free kick St Kilda's way, and no, it's... Which way is it? Yes, it is St Kilda's way. No one seemed to know. It goes to Harding. He floats a hand pass over to Burke. From 75 metres out, he kicks towards Lockett at full forward. Couldn't quite mark. The crumb taken by Gale for Fitzroy, who runs out to the back pocket and then kicks with the left boot to half-back. Beautifully trapped by Grant, under pressure, and in fact pushed over the boundary line before he could get a kick at it. And so a throw-in on St Kilda's right half-forward flank. On the University side, the Saints 47 leading the Lions 38. At the 19, almost 20-minute mark.
From the boundary throw-in, who gets the knock? Couldn't see from here. Anyway, emerging is Kitski. Kicks the ball only about 20 metres further towards goal. Bunn can't control it. It goes to Gale. Feeds the hand pass out to Aythorne. Aythorne plenty of time to spot pick a player further down the field, and he does that beautifully where it's been marked by Kepler. Well, Blakey kicks the ball up towards the point of the square. Must have been touched because Stevens was waiting for it, and the ball was the umpire weaving play on. And umpire Viney's given a free kick to St Kilda, to Fitzroy, and it's a Wind. Wind now from half-back, goes across ground where he's found Gale in front of Rice. Now Gale from half-back flank up towards Kepler, and Kepler's marked. So was Blakey further down the field a short time ago. Kepler now on his left boot, doesn't really get much distance with it at all. Brockhurst turned his back and saw the oncoming ball, which is not the way to play it. Roos gives the handball. Brockhurst is not in contention there, as he virtually let the ball slip by. And there'll be a ball up between wing and half forward. Fitzroy into attack. The clock shows just under 21 minutes. St Kilda 7-5-47. Fitzroy 5-8-38. And there's the ball up by umpire Sheehan. Up goes Truella. Almost hooks the ball down. Or Owen high tackle. He's played pretty well, Owen. At the 9 possessions, little brace or knee bandage on his left knee as he kicks the ball into the centre to Grant. Grant on to Nathan Burke. Runs through the centre. Has a bounce from the centre square line. A long one, but dropping back is Ironmonger. And Johnny takes the mark in the last line. Doesn't quite know what to do. Sees Brockhurst out wide. Could be danger. Kitski comes in, puts his body in front. But the ball floats beyond them. Well, they've got the finger of Brockhurst. Spills out wide towards Wind. Wind goes around the southern side wing. Has a couple of bounces. Kicks the ball up towards Lynch. Frawley is there. Frawley goes to ground, but has great poise to get the hand pass when on the ground to Jeffrey. Jeffrey kicks up towards half forward. Bunn is there, but the ball close to the boundary. Bunn best to recover against Nixon. Kicks the ball up towards half forward. The ball can't be marked by Lynch. It spills behind the pack. Grant covering plenty of territory and plenty of possessions. But I think he might have put that out on the full, or was it might have come off the body of a Fitzroy player.
Tremendous smother by Dundas.
For his 20th possession, Grant. 10 possessions.
Now, throw-in. We're at the 22-minute mark. Now, tight contest still. The Saints by a kick and a half. In ruck, Harding beats Truella easily. Big thump towards the centre line, but all Fitzroy first to the ball and a hand pass off to Wind. Kick to half forward. Lynch is out positioned here, and it's well marked by Grant, who has his 11th possession. He gives a hand pass to Jeffrey. Sidesteps one, weaves around another. kicks beyond the centre for the Saints. Ironmonger, though, in the way. And like the Rock of Gibraltar, takes the mark. Hand pass off to Athorn. Gives a hand pass to Clayton. Kicks went off balance. It's a bad one. Picked up by Pekin for St Kilda on the centre line. A hand pass to the running Coghlan, who has a bounce. Kicks now long towards Lockett and Pert. One out. Pert does well. Gets a fist out towards the back pocket. Lockett gives chase. So does Stevens for Fitzroy. Close to the boundary line. Lockett crashes into both Stevens and Brockhurst. Sends the two of them flying like skittles. And the ball over the boundary line to be thrown in. Strong stuff by the big full forward.
23-minute second quarter. St Kilda 47, Fitzroy 38. The Saints with the breeze to the main scoreboard, and that's where it is now, beneath the main scoreboard on the flank. Owen knocks the ball as the throw-in was fairly full by the boundary umpire. Now, who's going to emerge? Scrappy play, and emerging was Blakey, who gives it out to Clayton, who rolled off his fist. And there's a free kick for holding the ball. That was a bit tough, umpire Viney. You might have heard Stan in the background.
He's made all the play. Oh, that's a terrible decision, umpire.
Ricky Nixon's got the free kick, Stan, about 65 metres out. The lead, not from Lockett this time. Winmar one grab, and it was Gary Pert who punched the ball away. Loose crumbs, picked up by Gale. Gale across the half-back line to the southern side wing. Dundas there outnumbered 3-1, but does it well. Good talking from players around him to let him know where to go. Around the wing he goes, and Fitzroy's kick it gives a bad free kick over the back of Devonport, and Devonport's got the free kick on the outer side wing.
Kicks to centre half forward. Ironmonger up for Fitzroy. Got hands on it. Should have held it. Taken by Stevens as the ball hits the deck. Gets a hand pass to Trewella, who clears back to the centre line. Fitzroy with 2 men at the front of the pack, and Trewella marks his own kick. Who got the kick out of defence. 139 and 149. So Trewella from just behind the wing. Kicks towards half forward. Goes for Lynch, who can't hold the mark. It falls to Taylor of St Kilda. Bad hand pass eludes Harding. Puts him under a bit of pressure. Support from Burke. His hand pass is loose. Snapped up by Dundas. Hand pass to Matera, who can run into an unguarded goal and drives it through. So the Lions get their sixth and draw to within 3 points, approaching time on in the second term. St Kilda 7-5-47. Fitzroy 6-8-44. Checking other scores, David Mackay at Waverley.
Hawthorn by 10 points at the 16-minute mark. Hawthorn 4-9-33, lead Collingwood 3-5-23. Phil Pennell.
Carlton by 27 points at the 27-minute mark. 9-3-57 to Essendon 4-6-30. Clevo.
It's Footscray by 24 points at the 24-minute mark. Footscray a 9-7-61 to North Melbourne 5-7-37.
Back here at Princes Park, we're just beyond 25 minutes. And from the centre bounce, Ironmonger, a big thump. It goes inside 50. It's still rolling. Helped on by a Fitzroy player, but Frawley there. Pushed in the back by Trewella. The ball comes to Devonport. Handball out towards Jeffrey. And the Saints rebound the ball back from where it came. Brockhurst up, but couldn't mark. Bowie is on for the Saints, as he sometimes does close to the end of the quarter. Hand pass across to Harding. Up towards full forward. Oh, Lockett was sandwiched between two Fitzroy players. And might have been a bit stiff not to get a free kick, the big fellow. Blakey breaks clear from half-back. A handball across to Gale. He in turn to Wind, who went without the ball. Owen there contesting. Loose ball comes to Harvey. Open goal for the Saints. 40 metres out and has kicked. No, it just hit the post. It just grazed it on the way through for a behind to St Kilda. So we're close to time on. In fact, we're into time on by a minute. And it's Fitzroy 6-8-44. St Kilda 7-6-48. Saints by 4 points.
Thought the Saints were stiff there. Lockett, I agree with you, Smooth. I thought he really should have got a free kick. Now Pert puts the ball back into play. Out to half-back. Kapler front position. Rice a big fly. Couldn't take the mark. Gets nudged out of the way as he fights for it on the ground. And Kapler takes it over the boundary line to be thrown in. Still on St Kilda's half-forward line. In time on by a minute and a half. And Fitzroy doing well into the wind in this term to stay within 4 points. Now in ruck, Lowe versus Ironmonger. Ironmonger brings it to ground and then picks it up. A hand pass to Wind, a hand pass to Brockhurst. Kick towards the centre line. Lynch wrestling with Frawley. Kick it climbed high but couldn't mark. Jeffrey took the crumb, but he's under pressure from Dundas. A real goer for Fitzroy. And he cleverly keeps the ball in play when it looked as though it was over the line. Gets it to kick it. A hand pass to Lynch. Tackled, dispossessed. Kick it again. Oh, hand pass. Great stuff to Trewella. He kicks towards full forward. Roos wrestles with Laurie. It falls to Matera. Snap it, goal with the left foot. And the Roys are in front. At the 27-minute mark, Wally Matera has kicked the last two. And suddenly Fitzroy in front by 2 points. And what reward for great perseverance that was. 7.850 plays 7.648. Crackers.
Well, young Dundas, he's had a hand in both those last goals by Wally Terry. Just keeps on going, little boy from Assumption College, but they persisted then in Fitzroy. They just kept on bringing the ball down, and Trewella at the finish got it over. Roos has been a little bit disappointing, but Matera's given a bit of life up there, and I know they haven't got the dynamic forward set up for St Kilda, but they're workers and they're converting, and they're a bit of a chance at the moment.
Second term, 28 minutes in, knocked down by Ironmonger, goes after the ball and tries to help another player. Kickett gets a possession with a hand pass. Jeffrey is grabbed without the ball. It's on Fitzroy's 50 as they try and get another goal close on half-time, and there'll be a ball up 50 metres out from goal. St Kilda 7.648, trail Fitzroy 7.850 by 2 points. 28 and a quarter minutes played in this second term. Overcast but fine conditions, and the Princes Park in very good nick indeed. Good shape. From the ball up, the ball comes out towards Matera. Hand pass on to Clayton. Clayton's kicking to Roos, and he's got it. Roos has taken a very good mark. Only 25 metres out from goal, almost directly in front. So the way things are going, I think Tim was saying before that maybe the Saints might go in a kick and a half in front. It could be the Roys who'll go in a kick and a half in front. Seventh mark to Roos. As he comes in, drop punts for goal. A bit to the left, but they'd like it behind the goals, and it is a goal. So Roos gets his second, and it's Fitzroy leading by 8 points. Fitzroy 8.856, St Kilda 7.648. David Mackay at VFL Park.
Hawthorn by 11 points at the 21-minute mark. Hawthorn 5.10.40. Lead Collingwood 4.5.29. Phil Pennell.
Half-time at Windy Hill, and Carlton have a 27-point advantage. 9-3-57 to Essendon 4-6-30.
Good quarter, Phil. Good quarter by the Blues.
Absolutely fantastic, Tim. I'll tell you more about it later.
He's wrapped. 28 minutes gone in this second quarter, and Footscray a 9.862 to North Melbourne 5.7.37.
John Ironmonger, one of the stars, takes the ball out of the air from the bounce, gets it off to Kickett, a hand pass to Kapler. Fitzroy rampant, long left footer. Roos one out, can't take the mark with one hand. Ball hits the deck, close to the behind post. Lions in there scrapping, and they've still got a scoring chance. But St Kilda closing ranks, and a clever little grubbing kick by Laurie out to the boundary line and over on the bounce for a throw in. But Fitzroy with their tails up. And interesting to note, as Roos was lining up the shot for goal a moment ago, 3 players came to Ironmonger and gave him a pat on the back. He really is playing gallantly today.
The boundary throw in, closing moments of the quarter. Fitzroy into attack. Harding knocks the ball down. Kickett went through the pack, but he lost the ball. Picked up by Frawley. Kicks the ball up towards 50. Wind is there. He gets out of a Rice tackle. The ball picked up by Armstrong. Kicks it towards centre half forward, but coming out the saviour. And that's Grant. Handballs up towards 50. Close checking play. Armstrong, the hand pass out to Kapler. Kapler's high floating kick will land about 20 metres out from goal. Punched away by St Kilda. Harvey on the end of the punch away. Gets the hand pass out towards Nixon. Now Nixon running out of trouble. Kicks the ball to the southern side wing. Owen is there. And the Saints are roading good time on the clock. And the ball is punched over for a boundary throw-in. Fitzroy 8.856. St Kilda 7.648. Almost 31 minutes in this quarter. Low and Ironmonger. Gee, Ironmonger's played a superb game, but taken away by Pekin. Pekin's kick up towards 50. And it's marked by Owen. Now Owen about 2 kicks out from goal. Centering kick. Lockett is there. Falls behind him. Bowie, there's going to be a free kick. And it's going back towards Stevens against a St Kilda player. And Stevens will take it. And he'll play on and run right across the half-back line and have a couple of bounces. And a feeble hand pass almost didn't come off to Gale. Gale sidesteps around Winmar and kicks the ball further away from goal.
Kapler, a courageous mark, running with the flight, backs his pace and just beats off Rice. Pressured when he kicks though, gets it to Roos running out from full forward on the 50. Short kick, finds a teammate just inside the 50. It's Trewella, who is going to have a shot. He's gone back to take his kick rather than hurrying it on. But Fitzroy playing like men possessed at the moment. They really are revved up. They've got all the momentum in this game. And Trewella at the 32-minute mark with a chance to put them 14 points in front on the siren. Beautiful kick. Oh, they have really risen to the occasion here. And Fitzroy playing a tremendous last 10 minutes. Have got to a 14-point lead right on half-time. 9-8-62. St Kilda 7-6-48. And the Saints look a sorry.
Got Winmar down in the... Looks like Winmar's going down into the forward pocket there now. So that's a little bit more balanced.
Okay, the third term about to start at Princes Park. Fitzroy leading by 14 points from the centre bounce. A bad bounce. Burke gets the knockdown for St Kilda. Butters up, gets a push in the back. No free kick. The ball picked up by Arnmunger. Shovels the hand pass out. Bunn is there. Quick hand pass nicely on towards Blakey. Now it's Kapler. Kapler on his left boot. Goes long towards goal. And Devonport has marked about half a metre out and saving a certain goal. Devonport plays on quickly. Kicks the ball out towards the main scoreboard side to Rice. Rice's kick is not a bad one. It's been marked by Burke. Floats a hand pass. They've got to wait for it. It was a bad one. Jeffrey had to wait for it. Meanwhile, Fitzroy come in. They get the hand pass away. It's picked up by Clayton. A left foot kicking towards the forward pocket. Kickett and Devonport. Lynch there, also Grant. And Grant punches the ball away from Lynch and finds the safety of the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. Fitzroy 9-8-62, St Kilda 7-6-48 in the first minute of the third quarter.
And already it looks to me as though the Lions have come out just as aggressively as they finished that second term. Harding front position against Lynch. It falls to Bunn. Trewella snaps at goal with the left boot. And he couldn't get enough hook on it. It's through for a behind. Fitzroy 9-9, St Kilda 7-6. The Lions by 9 points.
Trewella with the last score before half-time and the first score in the third quarter.
Lions by 15 points, correction.
Okay, Fitzroy 9-9, St Kilda 7-6. And the kick in by Laurie. Grant drops the ball he really should have taken. Now Kane Taylor is there working with Dundas. Dundas just knocks the ball over and deliberately deems the umpire Brian Sheehan. And the free kick to Kane Taylor of St Kilda. Two Taylors, Kane and Jason, playing for opposite teams. Up towards the wing on our broadcast side. Kitski couldn't mark the ball, but trapped it well. Gives the hand pass to Nixon, whose kick has been smothered by Brockhurst. The ball comes out towards Nixon again. Kicks up towards half forward. Big Johnny Ironmonger has one grab the second. Shrugs off low. Been paid the mark. Handballs down the ground to Gale. Gale gets clear passage thanks to Clayton. Kicks the ball up towards the wing, but unfortunately we can't see what's going on with the overhang of the John Elliott grandstand here. But we can tell you it's a St Kilda free kick for something. And the player is Harding as he emerges. Kicks the ball towards half forward. Harvey is there. Harvey is marked. Kicking into the breeze. Lockett in 50 almost by himself with his opponent. Kick by Harvey to Lockett, but it's holding up in the breeze and chipping in was Dean Rice. Rice is marked 55 metres out from goal. He can't go long because there's nowhere long. Goes wide and coming in his Bunn. Punches the ball away from Harvey. The ball picked up by Clayton. Kicks up towards the wing. The reason why they played sideways St Kilda was because Ironmonger was at centre half back and he knew he couldn't get over. Picked up by Muller. Handball on towards Harding. Harding towards Laurie. Laurie now a long kick up towards 50. The ball punched away by Ironmonger. Bunn is there. Tackle. Gets the handball away. Picked up there by Kitski. The ball goes to Harvey. Harvey's hand pass all. Nixon got a high tackle. No free kick for that. And there's going to be a ball up about 60 metres out from goal. So really not a great deal has happened in the last minute and a half of commentary. The ball just up and down the John Elliott wing. Fitzroy 63, St Kilda 48.
3.5 minutes, third term. Ironmonger in ruck versus Kitschke. Looks as though Kitschke got the knock, but straight to Brockhurst. Hurried left foot kick to the wing. Dundas had it, lost it. Gets support in there from Bunn, who's pushed in the back and takes the free kick for the Lions just behind the centre line. Kicks to half forward. Kickett and Devonport. Kickett under the ball. Roving the pack, Lynch. Lines up the sticks. Goes all the way and pops it through. Showed great composure as he took his time. He didn't hurry the shot. He balanced himself. Initially he was going to kick with the left boot. He thought, no, I've got time here. Steadied, kicked with the right and couldn't have missed by the time he delivered. And that's his second goal. Fitzroy 10-9-69. St Kilda 7-6-48. The Lions by 21 points. It's half-time at VFL Park, but to the other grounds. Phil Pennell at Windy Hill.
Carlton by 14 points at the 8-minute mark. 9-3-57 to Essendon. 6-7-43 Clearo.
Well, a dreadful mistake by the boundary umpire. He said the ball hit the boundary line. It was out by a metre. He was too far back to see it. The Footscray players have complained bitterly. No use. Footscray 10-9-69 to North Melbourne 6-8. 44, 8 minutes into this third quarter.
Harding gets the knockdown, but taken by Wynn. Fitzroy into attack. Lynch knocks the ball on towards Kickett. Kickett close to the boundary line, and Laurie comes in and closes in and knocks the ball over for a boundary throw-in. Beneath the big scoreboard, Princes Park, right forward pocket, about 45 metres out from goal. But Fitzroy into attack. 10-9 they lead to St Kilda 7-6. the boundary throw in. Truella there with Harding. Harding being scrabbed by Truella. No free kick. Through the pack goes Aythorne. The ball comes out. Who emerges with it? It's Coghlan. Hand pass on to Devonport. Slick hand pass further up the ground, intercepted by Truella of Fitzroy. Turns on a threepenny bit, kicks in towards the half-forward line. And Ruse, I think it came off his boot, but didn't go over on the full. It bounced just short of that. And there'll be a boundary throw in 30 metres away from Fitzroy's goal. Fitzroy 10-9-69, St Kilda 7-6-48. So the Saints under siege at the moment. Truella and Harding. Harding front position, knocks it down, but towards goal, gives Wynn the run at the ball. That was bad ruck work. Wynn tried to soccer to Lynch, who was about 10 metres in the goal square further down the field. He failed to connect, but was fraught with danger, that knock by Harding. And another boundary throw, and this time closer to Fitzroy's goal. Now the ball knocked behind by a Fitzroy player, and let's see who's going to emerge. Nathan Burke is there. They're calling for a cab, the Fitzroy players, as Burke is last to get up. And umpire Mike Viney, umpiring his first senior game after a couple of years. Umpiring reserves matches, will ball it up 30 metres out from Fitzroy's goal in Sunshine.
And the Lions looking for another goal to really give themselves a nice break in this match, but they won't get it here because Harding's been pushed in the back at the ball up. Takes a free, delivers with the left boot to half-back. Oh, Armstrong up, almost stole the mark from Burke. Clayton into lender hand, a hand pass to Bunn. Snap kick up towards the pocket. Truella up against two Saint defenders. No one can mark. Grant takes the crumb for St Kilda. Steadies on the left boot, kicks long along the flank to Pekin, who marks on his chest. And the former Lion balances himself, and then he too kicks with the left boot. Up towards Winmar at half forward. Can't mark, goes down slightly hurt, and the ball taken away by Aythorne. He delivers to Clayton, who's been everywhere. He kicks long to half forward. All St Kilda, a couple of them up against each other, but Lowe, who can outmark anybody, did the job against his teammate Harding. He gets it off to Devonport, who clears out to Burke, who marks at half-back for St Kilda. He kicks long to the wing. Up goes Kitchke. Well spoiled, though, from behind, I thought, by Brockhurst. Fitzroy free kick, now advantage. Matera at the front of the pack, kicks long. Lynch flies from behind. Can't mark. The ball falls to the front of the pack. Matera picks up for Fitzroy. Hand passes backwards to Blakey. Props Cops. Kicks with the left boot to no one in particular. Bounces dangerously for the Saints. In goes Frawley, a rare touch for the skipper. Hand pass to Laurie, a hand pass to Devonport, and the Saints are out of trouble.
Devonport goes square towards centre half back. The foot pass, a bad one to Jeffrey, who makes good of it. Quickly gets the handball on to Nixon. Nixon runs away and has a bounce, kicks the ball up towards the wing. Harvey to front position over Aythorne. The two number 35s. Harvey loses possession and the ball slips out of his grasp and goes over for a boundary throw-in. Fitzroy 10-9-69, St Kilda 7-6-48, and we'll be checking all other scores for you in just a moment. In this third quarter, the boundary throw-in, the ball knocked down by Ironmonger, who was behind. Ball taken by Muller, hand pass too strong for Burke. Bruce comes in, goes over the top of Burke. The ball picked up by Jeffrey, hand pass on to Frawley. Frawley kicks the ball, floated towards half forward, and Winmo, a rare possession, has marked 55 metres out. Goes down towards goal, in towards the pocket, not a particularly good kick, and Brockhurst fists the ball away, and there'll be a boundary throw-in, fisting the ball away from Pekin in front of the Carlton Social Club stand. The Roys by 21 points here at Princes Park. Check out the scores shortly. Fitzroy 10-9, St Kilda 7-6, but the Saints deep into attack, 30 metres out from goal, right half forward flank. Kitchke knocks the ball behind, but not a Saint to be seen. Aythorne on all fours punches the ball away. Picked up there by Truella. A high kick up towards half forward. That was Bunn. The ball not marked by anybody. Comes out the back, waiting for it, Nixon. It doesn't come to him. It comes to another St Kilda player, battling hard, looked like Pekin. Hand pass on to Nixon, and that was red hot, umpire. The hand pass came out to Nixon. He just grabbed the ball, and in about a thousandth of a second he was claimed. Had no chance to do a thing with it, and really wasn't in clean possession. Anyway, the free kick has gone to Fitzroy, and the mark directly below our commentary position has been taken by Truella.
Free kick, because Lowe put the hands right in the back as he went for the big climb. Truella kicks into half forward where the Lions don't have much to go to, but Ruse flies high. Couldn't quite hold on to the ball after a spectacular leap. Picked up by Coghlan, runs to the centre, kicks towards half forward. Big Ironmonger like the wall of China this time. Rock of Gibraltar earlier, kicks back to the centre line on Nixon, gutsy effort. Coming the other way was Bunn, showing tremendous courage. They collided front on, but Nixon held his ground and took the mark. Goes long to Lockett. Lockett with a couple against him, might get a free. No. Bit unlucky again, he was mauled. Picked up by Brockhurst. Clearing kick to space out on the wing. First there, Dundas. Good pressure, brought down. Dispossessed, picked up though by Kapler. Hand pass to Stevens. And the man who spearheads the back line runs with the ball and kicks to half forward. Up goes Lynch and kick it. Neither could mark. Ball bounces freely towards Fitzroy's goal. Out comes Matera, besieged. Hand pass towards Kickett. He's dispossessed. Picked up by Bunn. Snapshot in towards goal is off direction. And through for a behind. Frenzied stuff. Fitzroy 10-10-70. St Kilda 7-6-48. 10.5 minutes third term around the grounds. David Mackay at the park.
Hawthorn by 24 points at the 4-minute mark. Hawthorn 8-12-60. Collingwood 5-6-36. Phil Pennell.
By 9, Carlton by 14-minute mark. They are 9-4-58 to Essendon 7-7-49 Clearly.
We're 14 minutes into this third quarter, and North Melbourne are coming back as Footscray against the win. Footscray at 10-9-69. I'm just thinking while Longmire has a shot, and he has kicked the goal, I think. He has. If he has, it's only 2 goals the difference. And it's 8 goals, 9. No, it's a goal, all right. Gee, he's done it well. 2 goals the difference in favour of Footscray, 14 minutes into the third quarter.
Great stuff, Clearlo. Never changed. Fitzroy 10-11 here at Princes Park. 71 to St Kilda, 7-6-48. I didn't see even who kicked that behind here. I was too enthralled with your graphic description. Dundas kicked it, and we're 11 minutes into this third term up at Princes Park. From the kick in, it's Nixon with his body in front. He paddles the ball towards the boundary. And Wally Matera looks for free kick for deliberate, but I think, in all fairness, Nixon did as much as he could to just play the ball, and the ball did go over. He had a couple of touches en route towards the boundary throw in as Ironmonger knocked it down, but not to anyone really. Picked up by Burke, who's done well for St Kilda since he came on. Kicks the ball up towards the wing. Stevens coming down. Grabbed by Kitsky. Gets the handball away. Intercepted by Muller. Muller scrubbed a kick towards half forward. Gale out in front of Winmar, who must have the flu today because he's about 2 or 3 yards short of his normal pace. The ball comes down towards Aythorne. Aythorne picks it up on half back for Fitzroy. Kicks a wobbly one. All St Kilda, 3 at the fall of the ball. Nixon marks and feeds the hand pass out to Harding,
who kicks long but not well in towards half forward. Well marked though by Dean Rice for St Kilda. Now he has a look for Lockett, who's one out, and he's got away from Pert. Pert's in trouble here. Lockett's got it. Well done. Clever leading. He went one way. He sold Pert the dummy effectively. Pert went off to the left, and suddenly Lockett was leading away to the right, and Pert was lagging 10 metres behind. A good delivery from Rice, and Lockett was never going to miss that. He lines them up from 35 metres out directly in front, and the Saints haven't needed one this badly this season. Lockett with 4 in the first half. Comes in and kicks to the Robert Heatley stand goal, and he has put it through for a goal. So the Saints revive their sagging spirits. They're 8-6-54. The Lions at 10-11-71. The margin is 17 points at Princes Park.
And certainly that's another case of a goal going against the trend of play, because Fitzroy really have been quite outstanding. I guess a big pat on the back here to Ricky Nixon. He's been the player who's winning heaps of possessions out here, and I heard a mention about Winmar. Well, I just think that if you've got the flu, you can still play in front and do the hard things rather than wait back for the glory stuff.
From the centre bounce, Nixon gets St Kilda forward. Winmar in front, but punched away by Gale. The ball taken by Clayton. He's beset upon. It's just on the attacking side of the centre for the Saints. Hand pass by Burke. Comes out to Harding, who's played very well. Kicks the ball, but not with a great deal of distance and power. Up towards half forward. Peeking the hand pass on to Jeffrey. Jeffrey 40 metres out from goal. This might be another one. Oh, he's hit the post. Bad luck for Jeffrey. Hit the post from 40 metres out. And the Saints advance to 8-7-55. Fitzroy 10-11-71. Slight delay. David Mackay at the park.
24-point lead to Hawthorn at the 7.5-minute mark. Hawthorn 8-13-61. Collingwood 5-7-37.
Phil?
It's Carlton by 8 points at the 18-minute mark. 9-4-58 to Essendon 7-8-50. But Werner has a shot from 45 metres. Clearlo.
Just the score, Clearlo.
It's 3 goals the difference in favour of Footscray. 17 minutes gone.
Ball put back into play, and there's a scrimmage on St Kilda's half-forward line and a ball up from umpire Viney. 71 plays 55 here. Fitzroy by 16 points. 14.5 minutes. At the bounce, Harding versus Ironmonger. They collide. Ironmonger with strength stands his ground, gets the knock. Taken though by Burke. Well tackled and unbalanced by Brockhurst, and the bad kick is cleverly marked by Bunn for Fitzroy. And a few of the lesser-known Lions really rising here. Bunn kicks towards the centre line. Up goes Lynch in front. Can't mark. Roved by Dundas. Well tackled. Penalised for holding the ball. fair decision from umpire Sheehan, and the free kick goes to Grant Laurie. Down in front of us, the Elliott stand wing. Laurie kicks short, methodically. Oh, and Bowie, who's just come onto the field, didn't really, perhaps he thought there was a St Kilda player who was going to fly for it from behind. He got out of the way and just left it for Bunn, who marks and kicks back to the centre. In goes Wynn for Fitzroy. Manages to get boot to ball somehow towards half forward. No one able to mark. Chance for Matera, who weaves around onto his right boot. Swings back towards full forward. Roos in good position but can't quite mark. And the ball through for a behind. Fitzroy 10-12-72. St Kilda 8-7-55. The Lions by 17 points, 15.5 minutes.
Thing, Tim, is that Ironmonger's dropping a kick behind play, and there's an example there. To kick up towards half forward, he's going to pick out Ironmonger anyway, and they've been forced to go for those short ones, and they almost paid the penalty by a goal there to Fitzroy. The kick in by Laurie. It's been punched across the half-back line, and it's out of bounds. Scoreboard, Fitzroy 10-12-72, St Kilda 8-7-55, 16 minutes in the third quarter. Now, boundary throw in, left half forward flank at the University end. Ironmonger in front, Harding from the side. Ironmonger tries to take the ball out, doesn't. It goes to Pekin, handball to Coghlan, quickly on to Burke, who's played very well. Pumps the hand pass on to Nixon. Around down northern wing they go, up towards Winmar. Traps the ball under bounce. Winmar a left foot kick. Lockett leads. Chance here. Lockett punches the ball away. Up in the air, it's coming down now. Knocked on by Burke. A beauty on to Nixon. Goal coming up, and no, Nixon has missed to the left.
Lockett.
Yeah,
on his own.
Oh. Well, it was good running play by Nixon anyway, to give him some credit. He ran from half-back and was on the end of the last possession, but he should have kicked it, if not passed it across. It wasn't to be. St Kilda 8-8-56, Fitzroy 10-12-72.
Less than happy, Stanley Alves.
Oh, league football level, ignoring a man by himself in the goal square, and you're having a shot from about a 60-degree angle. It's ridiculous.
Pert puts the ball back into play. It falls off the chest of Kapler over the boundary line to be thrown in between wing and St Kilda's left half forward flank. 16 points in it. In ruck, Hitchke, and Ironmonger wins yet again, but straight to Burke. A hand pass backwards to Rice, who kicks over half forward for St Kilda. Winmar and Lockett both there, but Pert this time out positions Lockett. Gets the hand pass off to a teammate who's under pressure. That's McCormick, who's come on. Bad kick. Picked up by Bowie. Kick towards Lockett at full forward again. Again, Pert does well. In goes Jeffrey for St Kilda. Cleverly done, but can't quite get boot to ball. There's still a chance. Is there a free kick? No, there's not. The ball's rushed through for a behind. Behind us St Kilda, 8-9-57. The Roys at 10-12-72. It is torrid, and at this moment, Stan, I think St Kilda lifting, trying to answer the challenge.
Yes, the last 4 or 5 minutes, I think that they've really lifted their game, and they're looking a lot better.
Kick in by Pert has found Clayton on the half-back line on the southern side, half-back flank. McCormack on for the first time today for Fitzroy, and Brockhurst has gone off. Kick by Clayton, and a good mark to Lowe with the sun in his eyes on that southern wing here at Princess Park. And the Saints kicking into the breeze to the Robert Heatley stand end. A long kick by Lowe. It'll land on 50. No mark. And knocked out by Jeffries towards Winmar. Dodges and weaves. Hand pass on to Nixon. Nixon gets a high tackle. Kicks the ball in towards centre half forward. Coming out is Owen. Owen on his left boot. Fires it towards goal and has put it through. Well, it had to happen eventually. They've been peppering away for the last 5 or 6 minutes and putting the Fitzroy defence under extreme pressure. Fitzroy 10-12-72, St Kilda 9-9-63, 18 minutes in the third term. David Mackay at Princess Park, at the VFL Park.
Hawthorn by 21 points at the 12-minute mark. Hawthorn 8-13-61 lead, Collingwood 5-10-40. Phil Pennell.
By 6 points at the 22-minute mark, 10-5-65 to Essendon, 8-11-59. Clearlo.
We're 22 minutes into this third quarter. North Melbourne are 8-10-58. The Footscray 12-10-82.
From the bounce, Fitzroy with the momentum, but Blakey forced to go backwards. He shrugs, 2 tackles, tries to beat another couple, and then hand passes to an opponent. Taken by Rice, kicks St Kilda forward. Stevens has it though for Fitzroy. His kick smothered. He gets support from Clayton, who kicks out to the wing to Kapler. He gets a hand pass to Blakey, and a shepherd from Kapler. Blakey long from 55 out, drills it. So Fitzroy get an answering goal, a magnificent goal by Blakey. And the Lions are 11-12-78, St Kilda 9-9-63, Fitzroy by 15 points. Phil Pennell, we missed your first couple of words. Just repeat the Windy Hill score.
Essendon have just kicked a goal and scores a level. 9-11, 65 to Carlton 10-5, 65.
But the Blues coming home with the win. Crackers Keenan at Princes Park.
Great result by John Blakey. Then he battled his guts out in the first go to get the ball out of the centre, turn it over, then got on the end of one of Kapler's, and a lovely goal from outside the 50, and they're back in it because they started to fade 5 minutes ago and they found something.
Fitzroy by 15 points from the centre bounce, and Harding knocks the ball down. Clean possession goes to McCormack just on. Up towards Dundas, almost run into his own player. The ball, let's see who's there. It's Tuella, gets it out towards Armstrong. Hand pass on to Dundas. Dundas from 40 metres out, kicks towards goal, and Fitzroy get another. Kick by Dundas. So Fitzroy now with a very good lead, and we've played just beyond 20 minutes in the quarter. Fitzroy 12-12-84, lead by 21, which I think has been their biggest margin, hasn't it, Gerard? 21 points. 12-12 to St Kilda, 9-9. 23 was their biggest margin. Stanley.
Yes, a tremendous effort by Fitzroy, because when the game looked to be swinging against them, they've shown a lot of character and come back, and again it's their runners and their crummers where they've really been far superior than St Kilda in that area.
At the bounce, Ironmonger and Harding, and this time Harding wins, but Wind on the defensive side of the pack puts Fitzroy into attack. Kick it in good shape, juggles it, holds it. Not paid it. Yes, he has been. And he deserves it, I think. Devonport's arguing with the umpire, but kick it always in good position. I felt had first grab and then got it again. Devonport obviously feels he had a hand in proceedings and on the football, but umpire Viney disagrees. Kick it 50 metres out. A goal here would give Fitzroy their biggest lead. Drop punt on its way. Hasn't got the distance. Plenty up, and it's a St Kilda mark in the last line of defence. Taken for them by Harding. He chips a little pass out to Nixon in space in the back pocket.
Has a couple of bounces through 50. He's defending. Kicks the ball around our broadcast wing. Up they go. The ball punched away by Jeffrey because he was behind. Muller there doing battle with Ironmonger. Muller's got the front position and the better speed, although Stevens comes in and forces Muller to kick the ball out of bounds on the full. Or there'll be a push in the back decision to Muller or to Stevens. Anyway, it's going to be a free kick to Fitzroy. Muller kicked the ball out of bounds on the full. And Brett Stevens on the half-back line on the northern side, kicking towards the main scoreboard end. Kicks the ball around our broadcast wing. Up goes Lowe, looking for free kick for one over the shoulder. I thought he might have got one around the right ear, but close enough anyway. And big Stuart Lowe is going to get the free kick right below our commentary position. 22.5 minutes almost on the clock in the third term. Lowe kicks the ball to half forward. There's the iron wall man in Ironmonger. Knocks the ball down towards Wind. Wind picks it up on 50. He's defending. Floats the ball about 40 metres down the ground where it's marked by Jeffrey of St Kilda. Pumps a hand pass to Harding for yet another possession. Coghlan calling for it short, but he goes long to Lockett. Lockett coming. He'll be third in line. He won't. Oh, he crashes into poor old Nicky Winmar, or somebody did anyway. Picked up by Gale. Hand pass out to Blake in. Fitzroy out of trouble to Kapler and Rice. The two racehorses out there. Kapler the front position. Gets the hand pass on towards Clayton, who gets a bad bounce, unfortunately. Coghlan knocks the ball on to Pekin. Pekin kicks the ball towards the point of the square at half forward, and Gale takes a beauty. Now it's Blakey. Takes a beauty from behind at centre half back.
Hand pass to a stationary Ironmonger, but he's clear. Steady's low zooming kick to half forward. At the back of the pack, Kick at a chance. He shepherds for Truella, who can't gather in. Goes Kick it again, weaves a pass. Goes for goal now, kicks and puts it through. And the Lions lead by 27 points. Dale Kickett gets his third. Fitzroy 13-12-90. St Kilda 9-9-63. The Roys have kicked the last three. Around the grounds, David Mackay.
21-point lead to Hawthorn at the 17-minute mark. Hawthorn 9-13-67. Lead Collingwood 6-10-46. Phil Pennell.
I hesitate because it was 12 points in favour of the Bombers. Now it's 18. They are 12-11-73 to Carlton 10-5-65.
12-11-83, Phil.
12-11-83 to Carlton 10-5-65 the 27-minute mark.
Clearlo.
We are 27 minutes into this third quarter, and there's another goal to North Melbourne, and they're back in business. Footscray 12-10-82. North Melbourne 9-10-64. Only 3 goals the difference.
Kick by Armstrong from the centre bounce after that goal by Kickett, and Fitzroy into attack again into their right forward pocket, and there'll be a boundary throw in as the ball is taken over by a couple of players. Only about 10 metres away from Fitzroy's goal. 24.5 minutes on the clock. And on the scoreboard, Fitzroy 90, St Kilda 63. 27-point lead to Fitzroy. Boundary throw in, knocked down by Harding behind. Let's see who's first to get there. It looks like Kane Taylor, but umpire Brian Sheen will call for a bounce 30 metres out from Fitzroy's goal in bright sunshine here. It's about 21 degrees and the breeze blowing down the ground, favouring Fitzroy. Up they go. Truella flicks it. Coughlin can't get a clean possession. Lynch is there on all fours. Coming through is Burke. He's played very well since he came on. Unfortunately, that kick, as he was slung as he kicked it, and the ball has floated out of bounds on the full. And 8 possessions to Nathan Burke. This quarter, Gerard, or all over? This quarter. Free kick to Scotty Clayton. Put that out on the full. In towards full forward. Or Frawley almost punched the ball away from Harding. Harding's mark. And he's about 40 metres away from Fitzroy's goal. Comes around our broadcast side of the ground. Up goes McCormack. Can't see play because of the overhang of the John Elliott stand. And there'll be a boundary throw in. We can ascertain that for you. Fitzroy 13-12-90. St Kilda 9-9-63.
In time on by half a minute. Wish I'd taken those pause about the Lions yesterday, Smooth. At the throw in, the ball falls to the base of the pack. Jeffrey knocks it onto the wing for St Kilda, but in goes Stevens and kicks it off the ground. Another 10 metres Fitzroy's way, and again it's over the line to be thrown in. Just the Lions attacking side of the wing, but only barely. Fitzroy 13-12-90. St Kilda 9-9-63. And the Saints in real trouble here at Princes Park, where they haven't won since 1976. They've lost their last 24 on this ground. From the throw-in, Coughlin takes the ball for the Saints. He's tackled and dispossessed by a fanatical Fitzroy. The ball comes to Stevens, who kicks to half forward. Very well marked, though, by Stuart Lowe. Like the Eiffel Tower then as he stood under that one. He kicks back to the centre line, where Stevens takes the mark, but he was assisted by a shepherd from McCormick, which is ruled illegal by umpire Viney, and it's a free kick to Muller of St Kilda. 26.5 minutes. Muller kicks to half forward. Winmar front position. Couldn't quite hold the mark. It falls to Jimmy Wind, who kicks back to the centre line, and this time Stevens' mark is legal. He kicks badly towards half forward. Almost a Fitzroy mark there. In fact, there's a free kick to Lynch. Interfered with as he was trying to mark that.
Laurie was holding him.
And he can have a shot from the 50. Crackers, the Saints are in terrible trouble.
Yes, they are. They just don't know what to do about it. They really just disjointed down forward. No one's really moving into space. They're running into each other. Look down when they kicked it forward. Then there was Nicky Winmar and Rod Owen ran in almost to the same blade of grass. And that, you can't have that. You've got to get them to fan out. Then Lockett joined in then.
Lynch to put the Lions 5 goals plus in front. He's got the distance. I reckon he's put it through. He has. Fitzroy running away. 14-12-96. St Kilda 9-9-63. A 5-goal-2 third quarter by the Lions. Around the grounds, David Mackay at VFL Park.
Collingwood have kicked 4 goals to put them back within 8 points of Hawthorn at the 21-minute mark. Scores Hawthorn 9-13-67, leading Collingwood 8-11-59. Phil Pennell.
It's Essendon by 18 points at the 31-minute mark, 12-11-83 to Carlton at 10-5-65. Clearo.
Clearlo.
It's three-quarter time out here at the MCG, and North Melbourne are right back in business. They've got the wind in the last quarter, and Footscray at 12-10-82 at three-quarter time to North Melbourne 10-11-71. 11 points of difference in favour of Footscray at three-quarter time.
From the centre bounce, it's Rice kicking the ball in towards half forward, but it's going to be to Gale. Gale gets it out towards Pert. Pert clears the ball looking for Kapler, and Kapler trying to keep it in. He's out, but the ball eventually goes out, and there'll be a throw-in on the southern side wing.
Three-quarter time at Windy Hill.
OK, give us the score, Phil. A delay here.
Essendon 18 points in the front of Carlton, 12-11-83 to Carlton, 10-5-65.
OK, we've played 3.5 minutes of added time here at Princes Park. The ball thrown in. Ironmonger gets the ball out to Armstrong. Armstrong's kicking towards centre half forward. Lynch, and it was Roos who got up and couldn't mark. Frawley gets the ball but runs into a brick wall. The ball comes to Devonport on 50. Shows good poise. Handball across to Nixon. Back to Devonport. Back to Nixon. Nixon kicks the ball from half back to half forward. Winmar too far underneath the ball, and Gale's having easy pickings off him today, although the hand pass to Gale to Pert was a bad one from Gale to Pert. Eventually Pert gets it out towards Clayton. Clayton's kick to the southern side wing, and the mark is taken by Matura. Matura on the wing for Fitzroy. They lead 14-12 to St Kilda 9-8. It's a margin of 33 points, close on three-quarter time. The Roys have the breeze. Kick by Matura towards half forward, and the ball punched by Lowe away from Truella, and there'll be a boundary throw-in beneath the big scoreboard. About 60 metres out from goal, Fitzroy into attack. Dying moments of this third term. 4.5 minutes of added time we're into already. Boundary throw-in. Ironmonger from the side knocks it a bit further towards goal. Dundas had a chance, but there it is. It's three-quarter time. And Fitzroy scoring 5 goals to 2 in that quarter after outscoring St Kilda by a massive...
Fitzroy, full marks to Fitzroy. They've run at the players, and the big Ironmonger's done a big job in the ruck. Dundas win. They're the ball crummers and Kapler, and they're kicking the ball. If they had a recognised forward line set up, it'd be even a lot better.
Okay, the final term about to start. Three-quarter time scores: Fitzroy 14-12, St Kilda 9-9, Essendon 12-11, Carlton 10-5, North Melbourne 10-11 trail, Footscray 12-10, still playing at BFL Park. Last report, Collingwood 9 points in front of Hawthorn. Now the game underway in the final term here at Princess Park. Harding gets the handball across to Bowie. Bowie down towards Lockett, one out in the forward pocket. Good defensive work by Pert to punch the ball away from the big fellow, and the ball is out of bounds, left forward pocket. Three-quarter time score from VFL Park.
Collingwood by 10 points at three-quarter time. Collingwood 11-12, 78. Hawthorn 9-14, 68.
Okay, major goal kickers only in just a moment, David. But a chance here for St Kilda to score. Boundary throw in, knocked down by Lowe. The ball towards the about 20 metres out from goal, picked up by Clayton. So Fitzroy out of trouble momentarily. Kicked by Clayton now. Someone being held. And it looks like Danny Frawley against Ruse. Frawley's about 70 metres out from goal. Fitzroy lead by 33 points. Now Frawley plays on, centering kick, looking for Lockett, but Lowe might be the target. No one's the target. Knocked away, picked up by Harvey. Pumps a hand pass out to Jeffrey. Jeffrey 45 metres out. A long kick, there's plenty on it, and has put it through. A goal to St Kilda to bring it back to 27 points in just over the first minute of the final quarter. The scoreboard: Fitzroy 14-12, 96. St Kilda 10-9, 69. Major goal kickers only, David Mackay.
For Collingwood, 3 goals to Barwick and Dacos, and 2 to Wright, and for Hawthorn, 4 to Dunstall.
And what happened in that quarter, Swan?
Well, Collingwood just put in an enormous burst of play. I think it was instrumental in Mullane went out onto the wing, and he gave Collingwood a lot of drive, and then they just moved the ball forward, and Dacos and Wright just cut loose on the forward line and had a superb quarter.
Right, play about to restart here. The Saints have kicked the first goal in just over a minute, and you can hear a murmur in the crowd, sensing a fight back. From the bounce, Rice gets a kick forward for the Saints. Not very far, but it's well marked by Harvey. Cleverly sidesteps, kicks long, over centre half forward, marked by Owen. On his chest, 30 metres out directly in front. It could be on. Reminds me of last year when we saw Fitzroy trail Geelong by, I would say, about exactly the same margin. About 33 points at three-quarter time. The Lions came home right over the top. It was about this stage of the season too, during the first half of the year, and the Lions got up and won it. I wonder if they could be on the receiving end here. 27 points to diff. Owen kicks, and kicks a goal. So the Saints have kicked 2 in 2.5 minutes, and they're back to within 21 points. Owen second. Fitzroy 14-12, 96. St Kilda 11-9, 75.
Well, it certainly has been a different St Kilda side in these last couple of minutes. And I think the key to it then is that we've actually got players on the forward line. Owen down there who is going for the ball, rather than, I noticed a lot of the other players turn around to see what Lockett's doing before they do something, and they're not giving enough options down there. So it's a good start. Still a long way to peg back.
From the centre bounce, up they go. Harding wins, knocks the ball 5-10 metres up towards St Kilda's area. On the loose ball is Cochran. Handball across to Harvey. Harvey now 65 metres out. Kicks in towards Winmar. He's got it. Winmar's taken it. 25 to 30 metres out directly in front. Good knock by Harding. Cochran on the end of it. Out to Harvey. Harvey centering kick. Winmar in front. And Winmar's done nothing today at all. He might have the flu or feel off colour, but he's taken a very good mark. 35 metres out, and the Saints scored 3 goals in 3 minutes and 45 seconds of play in this final quarter. Fitzroy 14-12, 96, get to within 15 points of Fitzroy. St Kilda 12-9, 81. Let's go to Phil Pinnell at Windy Hill.
Yes, it's the Bombers by 6 points at the 6-minute mark. 12-11, 83 to Carlton. 12-5, 77.
Clearly, 6 minutes into the last quarter, and Footscray 84 points to North Melbourne 71.
Well, hear that crowd now at Princess Park. The Saints have stormed back into it. 3 goals in 4 minutes. And I just had a look through the glasses at the Lions supporters up in the Carlton Social Club area, and they've got their heads down, biting their nails. This one could be slipping away at a rate of knots. Ironmonger versus Harding on his shared. Ball taken by Armstrong. Wrestles his way clear and gets a grubbing kick up towards half forward. Saints with numbers. Jeffrey a grubbing kick back to the centre. Clayton, who's been tremendous for the Lions, wins the ball. Kicks to half forward, but Captain Frawley takes the mark. Took one for his corner too, but picks himself up. And from half back, kicks back to the centre line. Ironmonger backing back courageously. Can't take the mark, but is well supported. And the Lions are into attack up to half forward. Lynch wrestling, can't take the mark. It hits the ground. Dundas pursues it. Sockers it out towards the boundary line. Against Taylor. Taylor wins the exchange. Wins the ball. Kicks short towards the centre line. Wind almost marked for Fitzroy, but it falls to Rice. Hand pass over the top towards Harvey, who's really lifted. He runs onto a bouncing ball and then goes inboard. Short kick to Bowie, who marks. 75 metres from goal. Sees the leading Winmar. Goes for him. Gale can't spoil. And Winmar takes a tremendous mark. Gale Spoil would have sent that ball flying through the centre if he'd made contact. But Winmar just clung to it like gold bullion. And now with his kicking power could certainly kick another. He'll kick from the 50. And this to cut the margin to 9 points. Kicks from outside 50, but gets the distance easily, but way off direction and through for a behind. St Kilda 12-10-82, Fitzroy 14-12-96.
Well, delay here, Stanley.
Yes, I think you just see how important it is to have, other than Tony Lockett going for the ball, Nicky Winmar in the last few minutes has given them a target and he's actually attacked the ball. And young Harvey, who has really fired them up in this start of this quarter with some lovely passes, has really got the Saints into this game.
Kick in by Pert from the main scoreboard end. Up goes Lowe, can't mark. Behind, Brockhurst traps it well. Then gets his kick from a standing start up towards the half-forward line. Frawley is there, so is Roos. Roos will get there first. Comes to the ball on the half-forward line. The kick, well, there was no target to aim for. He gained good territory, about 25 metres, and the ball has gone over for a boundary throw-in. Fitzroy 14-12-96 and Kilda 12-10-82. We've played 6 3/4 minutes in this final term. The boundary throw in about 70 metres away from Fitzroy's goal. Kicking to the Robert Heatley stand end into the breeze. No ruckman there to contest, or the boundary throw is a bit too strong for everyone. Knocked on by Armstrong. Intercepted there by Rice at centre half back. Rice a booming kick from half back. The Coglan in the centre on the attacking side. Feeding off Harvey one way, Peak in the other. But I think he was claimed by Ironmonger in the vice-like grip, and Frankie's got to take his own kick. Goes for a floater in towards Lockett at centre half forward. Lockett can't mark. In fact,
Lockett's free.
He's going to get a free kick. Well, I saw Lockett turn sort of a swivel. I didn't see a push. I just thought Lockett may have just got himself out of the contention.
50.
And 50.
There was a whisper during the week that if you really stepped over the mark and disputed any umpire's decisions, that was on this week.
Which Gary Pert just did. So Lockett now within point-blank range. And he could put this kick in Nicholson Street if he really got behind it, which is a long way away. And he's going to put it in Nicholson Street too, which is about 3 tram lines down the back. A huge kick by Lockett from point-blank range. The Saints get their 4th in 7.5 minutes. Fitzroy 14-12-96 and Kilda 13-10-88. David Mackay at the park.
Just resumed play, 1.5 minutes and still 10-point lead to Collingwood. Collingwood 11-12-78, Hawthorn 9-14-68. Phil Pennell.
Scores are level at the 11-minute mark. Essendon 12-11-83, Carlton 13-5-83, and Somerville's been reported for allegedly elbowing Muldrum of Carlton.
We're 11 minutes into the last quarter, and there's still Footscray 12-13-85 to North Melbourne 10-11-71.
Now from the bounce, the Saints into attack. Owen almost holding onto a mark. Out comes Pert to atone for his sins. Thumps the ball along the ground out towards the defensive 50, looking for the boundary line, but eventually it's over. Not before Lowe had his back walked all over, but no free kick. I thought he was a little unlucky. But then again, I don't know about that free to Lockett a moment ago. It'll be a good one to have a look at on telly if it is covered. Now from the throw-in, Saints half-forward flank. Lowe climbs high, lovely left-handed out of Coglan, but his hand pass went nowhere. Brockhurst picks it up. Cleverly hooks it along the boundary line. Doesn't make much distance. Rice couldn't mark for St Kilda. At the back, Owen gives him support. Takes the ball the wrong way. Hand pass to Jeffrey. Good tackle on him by Dundas. The ball on the centre line now as the Lions have gained meterage. Kapler's kick smothered, taken by Owen, who gives a hand pass to Rice. Saints build the attack again. Up towards Low in the pocket. Can't mark. Good spoil by Ruse. Down to Ironmonger, who's so tired he can hardly bend over. Hand pass to Brockhurst. Another one to the running Gale, who's well tackled. Hand pass to Clayton, but brilliantly smothered off his boot by a diving Rod Owen. And the ball taken over the boundary line for a throw-in. And all of a sudden, a very committed St Kilda really trying to pull this one out. And the way they're playing, they might just do it. They trail by 8 points.
Almost 10 minutes gone in the final term, and the Saints have pulled back 25 of 33 in the first 10 minutes from the boundary throw-in against Stuart Lowe. And big Johnny Ironmonger has got the free kick on the half-back flank on the John Elliott stand side, broadcast side. Fitzroy 14-12, St Kilda 13-10. Up goes Kane Taylor, can't mark. Knocked on by Dundas, on towards Kapler. Left foot kick by Kapler, in towards centre half forward. Almost a mark. There's going to be a free kick. Truella being held. He's dead in front. Laurie. 45 metres out. What's that, Pete?
Second one on Laurie. One in the last quarter resulted in a goal on this one.
Lovely delivery from Kapler too. Made the defender's job hard.
So Truella into the breeze, but a little bit of help there by the grandstands. Keeps it low too. That's an excellent kick into the breeze. Copybook kick. He's put it through. And a goal to Fitzroy. A little bit of breathing space there for the Roys now, but not too much with the Saints having the breeze. St Kilda 13-10, 88. Fitzroy 15-12, 102. Stanley.
Yes, that was the one that the Roys were really looking for, and that young Truella's looked very good for them. I thought there was a very bad mistake by Kane Taylor out here, though. He had a chance to just mark the ball. He took his eyes off the ball, dropped the head, and it spilled. But that's really the one they wanted, because they needed something to stem the tide. They didn't want to just hold St Kilda out. They had to kick a goal in the breeze, and it was well done.
14 points is Fitzroy's margin. Bad bounce, favours Ironmonger, but he puts himself under a bit of pressure and he can't get a kick at it. Now he picks it up and gets a kick. Golly, he has tried his insides out. But in goes Devonport for St Kilda. Gets it off to Bowie, who plays for a free kick. Doesn't get one. The ball buried amidst a sea of players. Pekin gets it out for St Kilda cleverly to Harvey, but he's dispossessed. Taken by Blakey, somehow gets it to McCormick. He gets it to half forward. Out comes Ruse for Fitzroy. He'll be under pressure. He gives a clever hand pass to Truella. Another hand pass to the running Matera. Lines them up and goals. So the Lions kick 2 of their own in a minute. Third goal, Wally Matera, and Fitzroy 16-12, 108, lead the Saints 13-10, 88 by 20 points. And their fans are breathing easier as we go around the grounds. David Mackay.
Goal to Morrissey at the 5.5-minute mark puts Collingwood in front by only 5 points. Collingwood 11-13-79, leading Hawthorn 10-14-74. Phil Pennell.
With a goal to Jimmy Buckley at the 15-minute mark, Carlton lead Essendon by 12 points. 15-5, 95 to Essendon, 12-11, 83 Clevo.
15 minutes gone this last quarter. No goals kicked, but Footscray's kicked a couple of behinds. They lead 86-72.
From the centre bounce, Harvey gets the ball up towards half forward. Gale is there, kicks the ball out towards Blakey, shovels a hand pass on to Armstrong. Armstrong running around that southern wing, goes for one bounce, kicks it towards the forward pocket. Bruce and Frawley. Frawley must get a free kick for a tackle over the shoulder, and the Saints skipper does, right near the Carlton dugout beneath the Robert Heatley stand. Danny Frawley searching for someone to kick it to. He's going around that southern wing, and I think more in hope. Grant up. Very good mark by Grant. Second or third in line. He's outside 50. He's defending on the southern side. Grant now, quick to play on. Around the wing position. Lowe is there. One grab, not the second. Bunn takes possession, gets the handball on to Clayton. Clayton shovels the ball out towards Wind, who doesn't accept it cleanly. Eventually does. Then forced to hand pass hurriedly to McCormack, but the ball beats him over for a boundary throw-in. Just beyond 13 minutes in the final turn. Fitzroy 16-12, 108. Leading by 20. St Kilda 13-10, 88. There's the boundary throw-in. Knocked down towards Nixon. Nixon picks it up for St Kilda. Kicks the ball back and to no man's land. Stevens will get there first in front of Lowe. Picks it up. Kicks the ball around that wing again. It's kick for kick. Armstrong can't mark. Close to the ground. Picked up by Armstrong. Kicks the ball away, but not before it's out. And there'll be a further boundary throw-in. Play's gone on.
Central umpire hasn't realised, and the boundary umpire's running out onto the ground, trying to alert him. Now, will play go on because the field umpires have no idea that the ball was out of bounds, and the boundary umpire's given up. Play has gone on. This is an amazing scene. I've never seen anything like it. Fitzroy are going into attack through Kapler. Mighty thumping left foot kick is off hands and through for a behind. Now, what happens? The boundary umpire didn't pursue the matter. He called it out of bounds. And eventually, when he couldn't notify the field umpire because he was too far away, he just let proceedings go.
Well, kick in by Laurie from fullback. It's a terrific kick right up towards the centre. Fitzroy have possession, but they can't break clear. There's going to be a free kick to Fitzroy, and it'll be taken by Bunn on the attacking side of the centre. Yes, that ball was signalled out of bounds, and play went on. Boundary umpire raced. So did one of the official runners too, after the field umpire to tell him, but play was so frantic it went from one end of the ground to the other that they all eventually gave up. Fitzroy got it behind, and it certainly has altered the flow of play. Roos has got the ball 45 metres out from goal. It's a very good kick. It'll be just a little bit short. A Fitzroy mark to Lynch almost. Matera there in the goal square trying to feed it out to Dundas. Player grabbed Kane Taylor. The ball picked up by Harvey. Harvey pumps the hand pass out to Nixon. He was out, and was the ball out? Yes, it was. No mistake this time. Boundary umpire. Not that he made the mistake, but he might have, not pursuing it further. And there'll be a boundary throw in. Fitzroy 109, St Kilda 88.
That will be a much-discussed incident this week. Never seen anything like it at all. The boundary umpire at one stage came out halfway to the centre of the ground trying to let umpire Sheehan know, but he just couldn't get his attention. And the same boundary umpire now has had to run up to the wing and collect the ball. Golly, they've got to be fit, these fellows. He throws it in. Trewella climbs high, gets a knock to the front of the pack. In there is Kickett for Fitzroy. There's a whistle, a free kick St Kilda's way, and it will be taken by Harvey in the back pocket for the Saints. Saved his best until the last, but it might be too late. He chips a pass out to Harding, who takes it on the half-back flank for the Saints. We're 16 minutes into the final term, and the Roys are leading by 21 points. Harding kicks to the centre line. Ironmonger misses with the big fist. It's taken away by the Saints and driven forward by Pekin towards Winmar, who's got the set. Couldn't take the mark, comes down with it. Hand pass to Owen, lines up the sticks and misses badly. No pressure whatsoever. Should have been a certainty. The margin 20 points Fitzroy's way at the 16-minute mark. Let's check the other scores. David Mackay at the park.
Collingwood by 11 points at the 10-minute mark. Collingwood 12-13, 85 lead. Hawthorn 10-14, 74. Phil Pennell.
It's Carlton by 12 points at the 18-minute mark, 15-5, 95 to Essendon 12-11, 83.
19 minutes gone in the last quarter, and it's only 7 points of difference in favour of Footscray. They lead 86-79.
Short kick in by Pert to Clayton. Back to Pert for the hand pass. Pert kicks up towards the wing. Brockhurst will get the free kick for Fitzroy. Fitzroy 16-13, 109. St Kilda 13-11, 89. The kick by Brockhurst up towards the wing. Armstrong, no, it's McCormack does it well. Kick by McCormack towards centre half forward. Up they go, almost to mark the Fitzroy's Lynch, but it comes back to Lynch. He's outside 50, pumps the hand pass on the Kepler. Open goal, 35 metres out, and he has obliged with a beauty on the run. A goal to Fitzroy. So after that early sortie by St Kilda when they scored 4 goals before Fitzroy scored a goal, the Roys have come back very strongly indeed and have steadied and have a very, very good lead of 26 points. Fitzroy 17-13, St Kilda 13-11. Yes, Jared? 20 possessions for Kepler.
Yes, and I think that this just illustrates the fact that that Fitzroy's been by far the better side. St Kilda's gone the little burst, but as soon as that it went against them, they've really given up, and a lot of the players who had a lot of steam up in the first couple of minutes have just really waved the towel at the moment.
St Kilda free kick out of the centre. They wanted to play on, but the umpire insisting that the kick must be taken. Kepler, a superb game on the wing. Vintage Darren Kepler. Why doesn't he play like it a bit more consistently, Crackers?
Well, he's been injured for a fair while this year.
Yeah, but he always seems to be patchy. There's a lack of consistency about his performances. I reckon he's about a 4th season player now.
Yeah, he came over to South Adelaide about 4 years ago, but he wasn't too bad last year.
Jeffrey kicks to half forward. Ironmonger in the way, couldn't hold on to the mark. Golly, he's been terrific today, though. The ball hits the deck, pack forms, umpire Sheehan will bounce it on the half forward line for St Kilda. But the Lions are holding rock solid now.
Big Johnny gave Lockett a bit of a shove there. It was almost a heavyweight. That would have been a heavyweight fight
of the century.
Come a long way to see, yes.
Almost 19 minutes. The Lions 115, leading by 26 points. St Kilda 89, at the ball up. Harvey again gets it out of the pack. Hand pass to Harding. Long bomb from 50, but it's off direction. Another behind. St Kilda 13-12-90. Fitzroy 17-13, 115. Check the scores around the grounds. David Mackay at the park.
Collingwood by 5 points at the 13-minute mark. Collingwood 12-13, 85 lead. Hawthorn 11-14, 80. Phil Pennell.
Carlton by 14 points at the 21-minute mark. 15-7, 97 to Essendon. 12-11, 83. Clearlo.
We're 22 minutes into the last quarter, and it's Footscray 12-15, 87, still hanging on. North Melbourne 11-13, 79.
Back here at Princes Park, we're just beyond 19 minutes in the final term. Ball picked up by Laurie. Hand pass on to Harding, who had 18 possessions rather up to three-quarter time, and continues to build. Kicks it towards Lockett. No, it's not Lockett. It's a big St Kilda player, but this a free kick, and the umpire again side on. A player being held. It was Lowe who took it. Free kick going to Gale. Gets the hand pass on to Stevens. Comes around that broadcast side. Harding punches the ball away from Ironmonger. Knocked back by Jeffrey, but there was no one there. Might have hurt his hand. He did. Hurt his hand just around the wrist area, but he seems to be okay. Flexing it now, and there'll be a boundary throw in directly below our commentary position. Fitzroy 115, St Kilda 90. 20 minutes of play, final term, boundary throw in, Ironmonger out of the air, shovels a hand pass on the end of it, Kapler, little dabby kick up towards half forward, clean bowls a couple of players, picked up by Kickett, Kickett kicks in towards Lynch up there, and also Matera, Matera's hand pass to Kicker, still running, fires in towards goal, and kicks right across, misses everything. Now Frawley's there in front of Bruce, Frawley works the ball towards the boundary, and the umpire having a close look on that. But he says, yes, it's okay, Danny. I don't think he put it over there deliberately.
It was an indication of panic, though, wasn't it? Because he only had to pick the ball up and handball to Rice. In the stage of the game, he's lost all confidence in himself and just tried to whack the ball along.
Lynch takes the ball out of the air for the Lions and is then tackled. Gets a hand pass off to Truella. Left foot snap. One out, Frawley and Ruse. Ruse knocks it out of Frawley's hands and snaps a goal. And that'll pass one up for the Lions. And well done, Paul Ruse. He hasn't had the best of days. In fact, through the first half, nothing went right for him. But he's persevered. He now has 3 goals, and that one from the captain will wrap it up. Fitzroy 18-13, 121. St Kilda 13-12, 90. The difference 31 points. Couple of close ones, so around the grounds again. Swan Mackay at the park.
Collingwood by 5 points at the 15-minute mark. Collingwood 12-14, 85. Hawthorn 11-15, 81. Phil.
Carlton by 20 points at the 24-minute mark. 16-7, 103. Essendon 12-11, 83. Clearo.
24 minutes into the last quarter, still 8 points to favour Footscray, but it's in the North Melbourne goal square.
Okay, from the centre bounce, a free kick eventually after a couple of possessions to either sides. It's going Fitzroy's way, and it'll be taken by Blakey at centre half back. Gives the handball on to Gale. Why he hand passed, I don't know. Gale's got a dodge out of trouble. Eventually he does. Then kick up towards half forward. The ball punched away by Nixon. Flick on by Coughlin. Back into the centre. Hardly the overlap with a hand pass on to Harding. Harding's kick to the point of the square finds Winmar. About 65 metres out from goal. Lockett and Pert back in the goal square by themselves. Oh, it's a mighty kick by Winmar, but it's offline and through for a St Kilda behind. St Kilda 13-13, 91, trail by 30 points. Fitzroy 18-13, 121.
Now Pert short kicks it into play to Kapler, who has been playing on the wing down in front of us, but now is across on the University side. With that lovely fluent left boot, he kicks the ball into the wind to the centre, but it's well marked by Laurie for St Kilda. He gives a hand pass to Winmar, who from the centre line kicks long over half forward. Lockett against 2, and Pert behind takes the mark. Lockett just trying too hard that time, ran under the ball, and Pert with judgment took it well. He kicks to a lead from Armstrong out on the wing, and he takes a very good sprawling mark. And he's been an inspirational player for Fitzroy today. A real desperado for them. 19 possessions. Kicks towards Blakey's lead, and he takes a very good mark under pressure from Harvey. And Fitzroy doing it now at will. 5 goals in front. We've crossed the 23-minute mark in the final term. Blakey in front of the Gardner stand. Yes, come in whoever it is.
It's Clearlo. We're 25.5 minutes into the last quarter, and there's 2 points of difference in favour of Footscray.
This is this long-awaited run by North you were telling us about, Clearlo.
They've still got time to win it.
Devonport runs out of defence for St Kilda. Kicks long towards half forward. Stevens in good position, but Lowe from behind almost outmarked him. Fights on the ground. Hasn't got enough support there, though. First to the ball, McCormick. Kicks off the ground out towards the boundary line and over for a throw-in on Fitzroy's right half forward flank. 24 minutes gone, and the Lions are 5 goals in front.
The boundary throw-in on the practice pitch area here at Princes Park. The boundary throw in Low and Ironmonger. Low wins easily, knocks the ball towards the 50-metre line. Coglin's there battling hard. Clayton wearing him. The ball picked up by Pekin, but unfortunately kicks into Stevens, and Stevens marks the ball and plays on quickly up towards the wing position. McCormack is there. McCormack tries to keep the ball in play for Truella, but can't do so, and there's another throw in. Fitzroy 18-13, 121. St Kilda 13-13, 91. So Fitzroy have this game parcelled up. It seems that Carlton will inflict a home defeat on Essendon, and both games at VFL Park and the MCG still only a kick in those two games. From the boundary throw in, it's St Kilda going forward through Taylor, kicks the ball up towards the forward pocket. Brockhurst runs right across the goal area, kicks the ball, redirects play to our northern side of the ground.
It's all over. Fitzroy have won by 2 points.
Okay, final score, Clelo.
Final score, North Melbourne 12-13, 85. Fitzroy 12-15, 87.
Okay, back here at Princess Park, Nixon getting St Kilda going forward, but kicks into Kapler, who smothers the ball. A tired left-foot kick by Nixon, who's done a lot of running up and down this northern wing today. And there'll be a boundary throw in with Fitzroy leading by 5 goals in the dying moments of this match.
Swan, any change at the park?
Only by 1 point. Now Collingwood lead by 4 points at the 19-minute mark. Collingwood 12-14, 86. Hawthorn 11-16, 82.
Saints deep in attack. Jeffries gets it to Lower. Hand pass to Bowie. Bad kick, but Lockett should mark it. Pert late on the scene. Gets into his back. A Lockett free kick, and he'll have a shot at goal from 25 metres out directly in front. Phil Pennell, Windy Hill.
Reece Jones has kicked a goal to sew it up for Carlton. They are now 17-9, 115 to Essendon 13-11, 89. That's 111, Tim, not 115.
7 goals to the Blues in the last quarter. Must be windy out there. Now Lockett going for number 7. And to take his season's tally to 47. Kicks head down over the ball and drives it through with a vengeance. So Lockett 7 goals, St Kilda 14-13, 97, but Fitzroy 18-13, 121. The difference 4 goals in the Lions' favour. Phil, I think your mic's still on.
Yeah, sorry, I was
yours.
Yeah, and it's been a good performance by Tony Lockett. He's had a couple of, early on he got a couple of easy kicks, good passes, but since then he's had to really have a struggle against Gary Pert, and he's done it manfully. 7 goals in a losing performance is a good effort by anyone's sense of imagination. I think the interesting thing then was Bowie really could have easily kicked to him, and he's just, without any pressure on, blazed away, kicked the ball in the air, and it was just lucky for Lockett that he got the kick.
From the centre bounce, Harding down to Coghlan. Coghlan kicks and Kilda forward. They trail by 4 goals. Knock on by Lowe. A chance here for a little fellow, but there's none there. McCormack claimed by Owen. Goes to ground. The ball in St Kilda's forward pocket, and it's over for a boundary throw-in just a few metres away from goal. Right forward pocket at the main scoreboard end. Fitzroy 18-13. St Kilda 14-13. We're just coming up to 2.5 minutes of added time in this final quarter. So the Roys have got it pretty much sewn up. Low front position, boundary throw in. It was Bunn from behind who got the tap. Picked up by Coghlan. He'll have a snap for goal. In towards the goal square. Lockett one grab, but not the second. No one there to take the crumbs. Gale onto Stevens. Stevens clears the ball away. Eroding valuable time on the clock as the ball runs away from Jeffrey. He slips over at the bad time. Gets away from Kapler, but gets the handball onto Rice. Claimed by 2 players, Armstrong and also Kickett. And was there in danger there? I heard someone go off.
Yes. Kapler had a big swing at it and got Jeffrey amidships, and he gets the free kick, but no damage done, fortunately.
Okay, Jeffrey on the half-forward line. Floating kick the half-forward. No one there. Scotty Clayton just about could have marked. And a chance for Bunn. Gets the handball to Gale, who runs, bouncing the ball twice, 3 times, right across the half-back line. Draws the player, Pert at full-back, who leaves Lockett. Pert accepts the hand pass, kicks out wide again. The time clock just ticking over, and play going nowhere except eating up valuable time for Fitzroy. The ball picked up by Nathan Burke on the University wing. Kicks up towards 50. The ball spills behind Pekin. Waiting there is Pert. Pert pumps the hand pass out wide. Taken by Bunn. Bunn now clearing kick around the wing. Kick for kick. Marked by Grant. Grant's kick back in towards full forward. A chance for Lowe. Did he push? He did. And a free kick to Fitzroy. And it'll be taken by Brett Stevens, who's played a useful game. Fitzroy 14-13. Sorry, Fitzroy 18-13. St Kilda 14-13. in the dying moments, coming up to 4 minutes of extra time.
And the Lions with a great team of contributors today. Stevens kicks out to half-back. Gale can't mark it. Support from Clayton. They take it over the boundary line to be thrown in about 55 or 60 metres from St Kilda's goal. 29 minutes gone. Almost siren time here. The Lions 4 goals in front. The Bulldogs have beaten the Kangaroos by 2 points at the MCG. David Mackay, the score at the park.
4-point lead to Collingwood, the 23-minute mark. Collingwood 12-14-86 lead, Hawthorn 11-16-82.
St Kilda deeper in attack. Lockett a good tackle on Stevens and then proceeds to really put him down. Had the arms around him and threw him into the ground. And all he succeeded in doing, though, was ensuring that the ball was out of bounds. So a throw in St Kilda's right forward pocket. Ironmonger versus Lowe. They share it. There could be a siren. We'll check that in just a moment. Clayton over the ball for Fitzroy. Hand pass to Brockhurst, but it was a throw. And there'll be a St Kilda free kick close to goal. Have we got a final score somewhere?
No, Tim. Hawthorn back in front by 2 points at the 23-minute mark. A goal to Paul Deere. Hawthorn 12-16-88 lead. Collingwood 12-14-86. 24 minutes.
And Phil at Windy Hill.
It's a 20-point advantage to Carlton, 17-9, 111 to Essendon, 13-13, 91, and we've played, and that's the final score. Carlton have run out victorious.
Pekin has a shot for goal for St Kilda, puts it through. So the Saints cut the margin here to 18 points, but we've crossed the 30-minute mark, so it's too late for them to be a factor in this match now. Phil, we'll get that final score.
Carlton, 17-9, 111 have defeated Essendon by 20 points, 13-13, 91.
And here at Princes Park in front of 14,842 patrons, Fitzroy 18-13, 121 leads St Kilda 15-13, 103 with no more than about a minute left in the match.
At the MCG, North Melbourne 12-13, defeated by Footscray 12-15. Footscray winning by 2 points and make it 4-3 after 7. From the centre bounce, who's going to emerge? Harding throws the ball. Who's going to get the first clean possession? Harding, grabbed by Wynn, gets the handball across to Harvey. Harvey now kicks the ball in towards half forward. Pert comes out, dropped the sitter. He's being paid it. He's being paid the mark, and he should not have, because he took his eye off the ball late. That's why he didn't mark it. There's a bit of pressure around him. And the umpire, that's Michael Viney, blew the whistle. Well, after he lost possession, by the way, and Pert's got the mark at centre half-back. Fitzroy 121, St Kilda 103. Kick by Pert outside 50. Bowie pounces on the ball, but he's well tackled there by Wind. And the players come in, and the umpires, and there'll be a ball up.
Swan, have you got something at the park?
Yes, another goal to Hawthorn through Dunstall. He's now kicked his sixth, and Hawthorn lead by 8 points at the 25-minute mark. Hawthorn 13-16-94, lead Collingwood 12-14-86.
Long quarter here at Princes Park, coming up to 32 minutes. Fitzroy lead by 18 points from the ball up, taken away by Bunn. Bunn's kick will be knocked on by Kane Taylor to the running Nixon. Across towards Laurie. He in turn to Devonport. Devonport, a high kick in towards full forward. Out comes Lockett. Up he goes. No, too far underneath the ball. Owen there tries to make the play himself. Knocks the ball towards goal, but St Kilda run out of territory, and it's out of bounds right beside the behind post, only metres out from goal. Fitzroy 121, St Kilda 103. Boundary throw in. Ironmonger there with Lowe. Ironmonger front position pushed in the back by Lowe, who infringes yet again, about the third or fourth time he's done it today. And there'll be a free kick to the big fellow. Yes, David?
Goal to Dacos for Collingwood brings them back within 2 points of Hawthorn at the 26-minute mark. Hawthorn lead by 2 points. Hawthorn 13-16-94. Collingwood 13-14-92.
Bill Laurie must be doing the commentary. It's all happening out there. Fitzroy clear to the centre line, and Lynch takes a falling mark just behind the wing, and he will put the Lions into attack. 33 minutes almost here in the final term at Princes Park. And there it is. Fitzroy back. Their fans and their players absolutely delighted because they've copped a hammering this week. We heard that they, in the early part of the week, decided to dispense with the services of their chairman of selectors. And it sounds as though after last week's match, they almost decided to dispense with the services of their coach, Rod Austin. But they've come back, and they have had a 3-goal win over St Kilda, 18-13, 121 to the Saints, 15-13, 103. So Fitzroy by 18 points. Carlton in an upset at Windy Hill. The Blues have beaten Essendon by 22 points. And at the MCG, another win to Footscray by 2 points.